Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Morning Brew, a show hosted by me, Casey, if you didn't already know that. And it's just a show where I can come on here in the mornings, drink some coffee, and just talk some Magic the Gathering with you guys. And I have a very, very special guest with me today. I have my roommate, Tom, with me, actually.
What's up?
He is another, content creator, video guy. And yeah, do you want to, introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah.
You do a little rundown?
Sure, let's do it. All right, so, what's up, Casey's audience? So I'm Tom. I do run my own YouTube channel, Anonymous Tree Frog. Talk about some crazy, creepy stories and stuff like that, and do deep dives and analysis videos. So,
you make extremely well-made content, and you should get a lot more love.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, if that's anything anyone would be interested in, absolutely. I'd love to have you and. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
But more than anything, thank you for having me on.
Oh, bro, of course,
really
yeah. And then all of his things will be posted in the description down below. But if you're too lazy to do that, you can always open a new tab, look up Casey Nerdbro, and scroll down, and you'll see this little, not playlist, but this little section called The Homies, and it's just all of my friends' channels. Go and check them out. They all make amazing stuff, and Tom's channel is there.
I didn't know you did that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I got the homies down there.
Hey, appreciate it.
But we are here today for a very specific reason. We are here to talk about the newest Magic the Gathering collab, that being Fallout.
Oh, yeah.
I have never played a Fallout game. Well, actually, no. I've played 10 minutes.
The first opening, 3 minutes of Fallout 3.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty sick. I remember nothing from that. But just like they did with their Doctor Who collab, they're not coming out with a full set. They're coming out with 4 Commander decks. And Commander is the main format that I play in Magic, and Tom here is the biggest Fallout fan that I know personally, and it's his favorite gaming franchise as far as I know.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, nothing comes close. I mean, the way that series has changed how I look at video games.
That's fucking awesome.
Absolutely,
that's sick. Oh yeah, you are allowed to cuss and everything on this.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how far we could take it, but cool.
Yeah. And then, so, as most of you or probably all of you know, who are Magic the Gathering fans by now, all of the decks have been previewed. So every single card has been released, or not released to play, but released to look at, I guess, for now. There'll be date on screen of whenever the product comes out. Cool, whoop-de-doo, woo. But we're just going to go on here and look at the cards. I have seen most of the Mardu deck, which is the red, white, and black, which is for Caesar, or Kaiser, whatever. I don't know the character.
It depends on if you're a part of the Legion or not.
See, this is the thing. When I was finding all these images, I got so frustrated with how some of these are spelled. I don't like how Magic spells things in general, but it makes sense because it's hard for a dyslexic person like me.
Right.
But it's a little better because they're made up things, and you can just make up whatever word you want. But with this is a little different. This is characters from another universe in Magic, but their names, when I look at them, I'm this can't be real. This is not how you spell this.
Yeah.
And so it was a little, but we got through it. But here's what you guys need to know. Of the 4 decks, we have Caesar, we have the Wise Mothman, we have Dog Meat, and then we have Dr. Madison Lee. I believe that's how that
Yeah.
is. All right, cool. I didn't know if it was lie.
No,
I don't
it's
know,
just
man.
In all fairness, you do correct me whenever I pronounce something wrong with some of my Magic cards whenever we play.
Yes.
So that happens a lot. So
Yes.
like, I'm not gonna fault you if you don't get
Right.
one of the Fallout characters' names right.
Okay, word. Because, like, yeah. I just think it's funny, some of the things that you pronounce, because, like, some of them are, like, actual, like, legit words,
Yeah.
but you try to put, like, a flair on it. It's like, no, this is, like, a mythical thing. It's
Yeah.
like, why wouldn't it sound mythical?
I always do it, and I always read whatever quote they have at the bottom of the card.
Yeah, that is not the reminder text. It's like the lore text, basically. It's a lot like, if you don't already know, audience, I guess, Magic the Gathering cards are a lot like item descriptions in Dark Souls games, where it's like each of them have a little bit of lore that make up like 0.1% of the actual lore in the game and everything. And today we're going to be looking at all 4 decks. So it'll be a long one, but hopefully you got yourselves a cup of joe and can get it through with us and everything.
Yeah, grab yourself a coffee.
Normally the show would end after our cups are finished, but I feel like this is gonna be a long one, so we're gonna skip that rule here today. You guys won't see it, but I have a very poorly made slides presentation of all these cards. So I guess just to go through, I guess we'll start out with Caesar right now because he's the main one. So, or at least the first one that I have in this slides presentation.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Absolutely.
So Caesar, Legion's Emperor. Oh, by the way, we're probably going to be switching off reads here. We have no format right now, really. We're kind of just like, let's go.
Yeah, we're just going for it.
Yeah. So whenever you attack, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, choose 2 of the following abilities.
Okay.
Create 2 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens with haste and are tapped and attacking. Draw a card, lose a life. Love that.
Yeah,
Love drawing cards. And then Caesar deals damage equal to the number of creature tokens you control to target opponent. Not even just like to a creature, they could just to their face. To their frackin' face and everything.
Yeah. So, I just want to provide some context because
No, I would love context and everything.
before we get too far into it, I just
Yeah.
want to say the Magic fans that are watching are going to be very disappointed in me because I just haven't been playing long enough where I'm
That's true.
familiar with all of the terminology.
Yes, Tom is a new player. You've been playing for like, let's say a couple months.
Yeah, but like
we're-
on and off again. Like I
Yeah.
take long breaks before I get back into another game.
Yeah, because like we play like in the current pod, like when we say like play group, it's like our pod and everything.
Okay.
So the current pod right now, in at least when it comes to Pittsburgh, is literally me, Tom, and Matt. And three people. So we're playing a lot of 3-person commander games, even though the game is made for 4 people. It really doesn't matter. You can do one-on-one commander. It's still fun. Commanders, it doesn't matter how many people you have. It's still freaking fun.
Yeah. No, it's a great time for sure. But yeah, just want to warn people ahead of time. There are going to be moments where I'm going to have to ask, what does this mean again?
Yes,
What does this
yes.
do? I might know it and I might just
Right.
need like a reminder.
Yes.
For example, haste.
Haste is they can attack the turn they come
That
in.
is what I thought. Okay.
But it's weird to me that they have haste. Like the tokens that he creates have haste, but they already come in tapped and attacking.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because like it says that right there. Like soldier creature tokens with haste that are tapped and attacking.
Yeah, so haste is only good for that first turn you use it.
So like
Okay.
why give them haste unless you have another card that says target haste creature gets blah 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 blah, which was
Right.
something in Ikoria where they took which is one of my favorite sets actually.
Okay.
Because it's literally just like big monsters.
Uh-huh.
And as you guys know, I love Godzilla and kaijus and all that kind of stuff. So
Really?
yeah.
Couldn't guess that. No way.
But like they played with like the text, so like basically like creatures with flash get an extra ability.
Okay.
That was kind of like the mechanic of that whole set.
Okay.
But Caesar's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like the creating like it seems like he's got a lot of things going for him right now, and I like that. And they're not all too different. I would say like two of his abilities care about creature tokens, and one of them is just drawing a card. You know, and who doesn't love drawing cards?
Yeah,
because if you're not drawing cards, you're not playing the game.
Yeah, no, I definitely the first thing I was drawn to was the pun intended. I draw the card, lose a life.
Yes,
I know how useful that is.
Yes,
especially. So I definitely like that.
And you get to choose 2 of those abilities. Like that's really good.
Yeah, that is really nice.
So it's like if you don't have enough creatures for you to use the 3rd ability in your mind, you can just do the I'm gonna create 2 1/1s and draw a card. You know, like that's still pretty good.
Yeah,
in
and
its own right.
Yeah, and then you just keep creating, red and white soldier creature tokens.
Yeah.
And then, deals damage equal to the number of creature tokens you control. I mean, that seems very bad.
No, I think, like, this is definitely, like, a very nice commander, and I think this is one that people will be playing a whole lot and everything.
Yeah. Looking at it, I think I would probably
Hell yeah.
potentially use Caesar. Yeah, I think it's very fitting for the character, too.
That's another thing I do want to go over is, like, when I texted you, like, the questions and everything, is just, like, what kind of, like flavor, just like does it like make sense and everything for the character?
I would say this one definitely does. For context of Fallout lore, Caesar's Legion is modeled after the Roman Empire. His ultimate goal was to create a society that he believed would be strong enough to survive for thousands of years, just like the Roman Empire did.
Right.
So he felt like the only way to survive in the wasteland would be to basically model his form of government off of the Roman Empire.
Okay.
In which every member of the Legion, every man specifically, their purpose.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, women are just slaves in the Legion. Don't clip that out of context. That is specifically in Fallout lore. No one clip that.
They already did it. They already did it, bro. Anything and everything can be taken out of context.
Right. Yes. So specifically with the Legion, if you're a man in the Legion, basically your purpose is to die in battle. You don't serve any...
So you're just fodder.
Yeah, exactly. You don't serve any other purpose except to be a soldier in your government, which is why I feel like the creating of the 1/1 red and white soldier creature tokens, I feel like that makes a lot of sense with him. It's literally you're creating a legion for him, basically, that you can attack with. So,
and I like the color thing going on here a little bit. Like you're creating red and white soldier creature tokens, which in Magic mostly mean like knights, very valorful, very full of like honor and everything. But the fact that Caesar has black adds that little bit of like villainous in there.
Yes.
Like obviously like not Magic loves to break the color pie, which is like something I love that they do constantly. Like there was a set where mono white was the villain, which is like so cool because like normally like in Magic, like in the beginnings of the game, it's like white are the good guys and everything and all that shit. And like I think this is very like a flavor win in my opinion. The fact that you can just like sprinkle in a little shit. Sprinkle in a little shit.
I like that.
I did not mean that, but yeah. All right. The next commander we have will be the dog meat deck.
Alrighty.
So dog meat, ever loyal. Would you like to read this?
Yeah, I'll take over this one. All right. So, dog meat, ever loyal. Isn't he just the goodest boy?
He is a good boy.
A legendary creature, dog. When Dogmeat enters the battlefield, mill 5 cards, then return aura or equipment card from your graveyard to your hand.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, create a junk token. It's an artifact with, how do you say that?
Tap.
Tap. Sacrifice this artifact, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Activate only as a sorcery.
Now, when it says play this card, that does not mean you just get to cast it for free. It means you can pay mana in order. So it's kind of like unlocking it a little bit. It's like it's behind a paywall, to say the least.
Okay.
I like dog meat. I don't love him. I like the mill. I mean, I'm a big fan of mill. I love self mill, but like
so milling. That's when you take the top cards and you What,
put him
exile him or put him in the graveyard?
No, just
bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck.
No, that's scry. That's scry.
Sorry. See, this is where
yeah.
my knowledge comes
So
into play.
mill is literally just taking the top and putting it into your graveyard.
Okay.
So it becomes public knowledge, but it becomes like stuff for dog meat to use.
Right.
Because I think the thing is, I think it's kind of being like fetch a little bit, where it's like, I'm going to throw these 5 things away.
Right.
And then you're going to come back with one of them.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Kind of. I think that's the intent behind it.
That definitely seems like how the way they describe it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I definitely like it. I just think to specifically build dog meat, you would have to have a couple blink effects like you have in your deck, where it's like exile it and it comes back to the battlefield. Because like I think my favorite part about him is that enter the battlefield effect.
Yes.
And if you're only going to be doing that once each game, I don't think that is all that powerful, personally. Like, I think you want to capitalize as many times as you want with that. Junk tokens are cool. Normally, like when it comes to red in Magic, they don't really have a way of just saying draw a card. And most of the time, it's like that exile kind of thing where you take the top card and it's like, oh, I could play this by paying mana, but if you don't have the mana, it's just like, like I'm kind of thinning the deck out a little bit.
Yeah. So then that effect with like sacrifice this artifact, exile the top card of your library.
Yes.
You may play that card this turn.
And if you don't, then that means like after your turn,
exiled.
it's exiled forever.
Okay.
Like it's gone.
So that could be kind of useful. Just like, let me see what the top card is.
Yes.
No,
useful.
For sure. I want to play that.
Yes.
Oh, not useful. Cool. Exile it.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good. I mean, I like artifact tokens then, or I'm sorry,
junk tokens.
Junk tokens. Thank you.
No, junk tokens are, I like them for sure. As much as I love this artwork of Dogmeat, just like getting pets and everything, he's not my favorite. I'm sorry to say, he's just not it for me.
I will say I definitely like his effect when he enters the battlefield.
Yes.
I like how you described it as being fetch, because that is very much Dogmeat's character, especially in Fallout 4. When you have Dogmeat as a companion, you can always send Dogmeat out and just go search around an area, and then he'll be able to find any useful items for you. He'll bring you back literal junk.
That's cool.
Things that you can scrap for whatever reason. And also, the very useful thing with him is, if you just like don't feel like looting a certain area, you can like send him to like look throughout this room, and then he'll recover the amount of bottle caps that he finds just like laying.
Oh, that's
around,
cool.
Which
That's
is pretty
sick.
helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Heck yeah.
And different like junk items that mainly in Fallout 4 is just used for building, which I never did, but so I think it's very fitting for Dogmeat for sure. One thing I just want to say, Fallout, on the Fallout side of things, this is just one Dogmeat. So if you're familiar with the Fallout series, every game has their own Dogmeat.
Really? I didn't know that. That's cool. I thought like Dogmeat was like...
It's not a universal dog. It's the name of many dogs in the series.
That's cool.
This is just the one specifically from Fallout 4.
That's cool.
Which is also the most useful Dogmeat out of all of them. The rest are literally just fodder that will die after a while. Aww. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
I don't want him to die.
I know. That's why outside of Fallout 4, I've never really had Dogmeat as a companion.
Damn.
At the end of the day, they're just dog. But yeah, no, I love Fallout 4 Dogmeat for sure. He's definitely the goodest boy.
Hell yeah.
You can get like specific armor and stuff you can equip him with, which is cute and cool.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right, the next one on the slides will be the Mothman deck. This is one that I'm quite excited about. I love me creature decks, and I love creatures that like just do a whole bunch of different things. So it is a 3/3 flyer for Sultai, which is a black, a green, and a blue, and then one extra, which is my favorite 3-color.
Okay.
That is like that's what my life counter is all the time. It's it's the green, white, or I'm sorry, not green, white,
black.
Green, black, and blue. Yeah, it's like that gradient. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, so immediately this like is a little better than Dogmeat.
Okay.
Just out to me because you have the enter. And it's on attack.
Happens, every time.
Each player gets a rad counter. Now, for a rad counter is at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. So if you remember in Magic, you have 2 main phases.
Yes.
You have main phase 1, combat, and then main phase 2.
Right.
So this happens before combat on your first main phase.
Okay.
So so after you untap, upkeep, draw, that's when you go to main phase. This ability would this ability would occur right there.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, if you have a Rads counter, mill that many cards.
Okay.
For each non-land card milled this way, non-land being literally anything aside of land.
Oh, no way.
You lose 1 life and you lose a rad counter. So you're going up and down.
Yeah.
So I think I'd really think you'd like this a lot because like that's what happens in the game if I'm not mistaken. Like you're constantly gaining them but also like taking them away from yourself and
absolutely,
everything.
Yeah. So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately rads kind of work against you then. Is that how I'm understanding it? Is it
But they get milled so they can be used later.
So again, so milling is goes to the graveyard.
Yes.
Assuming you then have
a card
dog meat, for example.
Yes. Dog meat or another card that just says return target card from your graveyard to your hand.
Yeah, that is nice.
Because like I see the graveyard as an extension of my deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I mean, especially if it is a deck built around the graveyard, but like that's kind of like what I mean. Like it's not gone forever. It's still there.
Yeah.
You might have like a recursion card of some sort.
So that is an interesting game mechanic. And it does work exactly like how it does in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess at a certain point when you have a certain amount of rad counters.
Right.
You mill your cards.
Yeah, like if you're milling 10 cards and then you're losing
some
10
life for sure.
Like hypothetically if you mill 10 cards and let's say none of them are lands, you're gonna lose 10 life.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can gain that back. Like, whatever.
This is the essential difference in how we always play.
Yes.
Because I always prioritize life and life points, which I know isn't always the right move. That's just kind of how I've always understood
that's
it.
fair. That's fair.
I come from a Yu-Gi-Oh background.
Right, yes.
I've played way more Yu-Gi-Oh in my life than I have Magic.
Yes.
So I've always prioritized, if I have more life points, that means I'm winning.
Right. No, that's completely fair and everything. Magic is different for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then his other ability is whenever 1 or more non-land cards are milled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on each up to X target creatures, where X is the number of non-land cards milled this way.
Oh, okay.
So he's taking all of those cards that you lost life for and putting counters on your creatures. And it can even be Mothman.
That's so cool, actually.
No, that's what I'm saying,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Like, that's sick. So, like, you're taking your life loss and you're just like, I'm just gonna boost my morale, low-key. Like, I milled 7 and lost 7, but Mothman was now at 10-10.
Yeah.
Like, if I want them to all go on him, basically. Yeah. And in a game of Commander, if you get to 21 Commander damage, you lose. So the fact that he's also a flyer really helps out, because flyers are hard to block. Unless you have another flyer or reach. And reach is kind of hard to come across sometimes.
Yeah.
So I really like this guy.
Okay.
Whole lot.
No, I like him a lot too after like kind of understanding that.
Yeah.
Like that second ability to me seems pretty powerful.
No, super powerful. So like, is Mothman like a main antagonist or something, or like a main character?
Yeah.
Or is this like a side dude?
In the context of Fallout, he exists in Fallout 76.
Okay.
As far as the video games go, if you're familiar with the Fallout series at all, Fallout 76 is just so different from the other games. I'm not going to give my personal opinions about what games are good or what games are bad, but it is just very different. It's an online game, so Mothman is just one of the bosses or one of the legendary creatures. I shouldn't say boss because you don't necessarily fight Mothman, but one of the legendary creatures you can come across in a game where there are hundreds of legendary creatures that you can encounter.
So like other like cryptids or something?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
The other one
that's
that's one of my favorites from 76 is the Flatwoods Monster, which is one that you do actually fight. So I haven't been on 76 in a while. I don't know if there's any updates that have changed with Mothman, but he was associated with the minigame where you had to kill a bunch of mutated creatures. I'm trying to remember. And then you just kind of fight through waves, and then after you complete each wave, Mothman will appear and give you a legendary item.
Okay.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a cool game mode. I don't necessarily know if his abilities are part of his character,
right?
Really? Yeah.
No, yeah. Because like milling is like very much like a magic thing, but like I guess like with the rads, like do you get a lot of rads when you encounter Mothman, or like is Mothman like in a very rad filled area?
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. So Mothman in Fallout lore was an experiment created by the U.S. government, I believe, using FEV, which in the Fallout universe is a modified like super soldier serum that ended up mutating people that the serum was used on. Yeah.
So Mothman is like was a person at some point.
I don't know if Mothman was a person. I think it might have been just like a creature that they used FEV on. I'm trying to remember the lore specific because I used to know it, but I haven't played 76 in forever. So I think it was a creature.
Oh my god, yeah, that was loud. Holy shit, I'm turning that down. That was insane. Ow!
Yeah, that one was ringing.
Shit.
But
wow. Oh, future Casey, make a note of that. Ow.
But yeah, so it was a creature that they used the FEV serum on, and that created Mothman. So
that's pretty cool.
I think the radiation, like the rads,
are fitting.
I think it
and
fits.
Everything.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you as a player specifically get rads from him or not, but it would make sense that as an FEV creature, he would have a high rad counter.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final commander is the Dr. Madison Lee, but also they literally named the deck in all caps and an exclamation point. Science. I don't know if that makes any sense or if that fits at all, if that's a quote. If that is anything.
Is it a quote?
A bit?
Not really. I mean, she's a scientist. I don't know if there's like much else beyond that.
Great. Guys.
Well done.
Well freaking done on that, guys. Wow. Would you like me to read her because she has an ability that you've never seen before?
Oh, okay, sure, yeah.
Being energy.
Okay, yeah, I'll take the next one then.
So whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get energy. An energy counter specifically. And energy counters go on to this card, or it doesn't have to be, you can just use a dice, but an energy reserve, and you put energies like in there. So think of it as like a power plant and everything. So like your power plant can grow bigger and larger, and energy can be used for many things. If a spell says pay 3 energy instead of cost or paying the cost of this spell, it's an alternative casting cost, basically.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
It's very cool. It only shows up in a handful of cards, which is why I was hold on a second. No, the camera stopped. No. Wow. All right, we're good. I'm just gonna do another clappy. All right, so Madison Lee, she gets energy counters, which are an alternate casting cost. And they only show up on a handful of cards, which is why I was so not worried, but I was so like, it's kind of what they did with the Doctor Who things.
Yeah,
they brought back such a specific ability for just this deck, and I'm like, that's cool, and I like it.
Yeah,
but like, in my mind, you can really only use those cards.
Right.
You can't really upgrade it or really make it better.
It's like, how useful can it really be, and like how can you apply it to like other cards if your cards don't.
And really like to me, it's like whenever I build a commander deck I really love, I won't take it apart or anything. But like if I bought Dr. Madison Lee and if I really liked her, I think I would take it apart like a year or two later down the line, because like, when is I don't know when Wizards is going to bring back energy counters. Yeah. And it's not really a thing that you can just put on any card.
Right.
It's very specific.
Right.
But she's Jeskai, so 1 blue, or 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 right. Right. Jesus Christ. 1 white for 2/3. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you get an energy. You can tap her, pay 1 energy. Target creature gets a +1/+0 and gains trample and haste.
Ooh,
until end of turn.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you can pay 3 energy to draw a card. That seems like a lot to draw a card, personally. Like 3 energy is a lot. and then you can pay 5 energy and tap her. Return target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Oh,
that's the real one right there.
Yeah.
That's the real ability.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm never going to pay 3. Why would I not just save up to 5?
Absolutely. I just want to read again. So when you cast an artifact spell, you get an energy counter.
Yes. So very much like cast a lot of artifacts for this. And artifacts can be creatures. They can just be regular artifacts. They can be equipment. Mm-hmm. So you can do a whole lot.
Okay.
I definitely like her for sure. It's just like how much can you do, I guess, with her.
Yeah.
Like, you could just like not use any energy. You don't have to use any other energy cards. You could just use artifacts and then just keep doing the pay 5 if you really want to. I think that's kind of what people are going to use. I just don't see energy coming back is my thing. Like that is that's my magic soapbox little thing going on here.
Yeah.
But I think she's cool.
I think
interesting.
Yeah. I agree. The 3 energy I think probably is too much to just draw a card.
Yeah.
I think paying 1 energy to give a creature +1/+0 and trample and haste, I feel like that's pretty powerful. That's
really good.
Yeah.
I like that a whole lot.
So you could just keep doing that.
Yes.
And theoretically do it to every creature if you had the energy to do it.
You have to untap her because if you tap her,
so it's like each turn. But it doesn't go away, right? So each, like, say one turn
target until end of turn.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so you can really only have 1.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of cards in blue that untap things. So like I can definitely see people using this once or more than once each turn, but I don't think it'll be as consistent. I think it'll mostly just be tap her once. But she does only cost 3, so you can get her pretty easily into the game, just like dog meat. And she is a 2/3, so that's a nice blocker, honestly. I like the power level on all of these. I like how none of them are like 5, but none of them are like 1, if that makes sense. Like they're all like 2/3, 3/3, 3/3, and a 4/4. Like I think that's fine and that's perfect. All right, but those are the face commanders.
Yeah.
So we spent a whole lot of time on that. So we'll try to be a little quicker, but that's why I have like all of the non-legendaries first. I feel like we're not gonna like
spend a whole much about that.
Yeah, I feel like the legendaries are gonna be when we really spend time. And also if there's like any like cool like Fallout reference, because I literally don't know.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say is shout out to Wizards of the Coast for their attention to detail. I just noticed Caesar actually has his displacer glove on in the artwork.
Oh, that's cool.
So
that's sick.
I'm impressed. They did their research.
All right. But
let's go.
Yeah, so we have the Hail Caesar deck, and that's the name of the deck, by the way.
Oh, this is awesome.
All right. So this is not the face commander, but normally in a precon deck, which is like the pre-constructed ones like these, you'll get an option of who to play like right out of the box. Because hypothetically you can play all of these. You can literally just unwrap them and then just get your friends and just play right there and then. And so this is the other option that you have. And this is a character you do like a whole lot.
I love this character, absolutely.
Right,
this is probably one of my all-time favorite Fallout characters.
You do the pleasures,
absolutely.
bro.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So, next we have Mr. House, President and CEO of Robco, by the way. He's a legendary artifact creature, human. God, I love this artwork too. This is such cool artwork. Whenever you roll a 4 or higher, create a 3/3 colorless robot artifact creature token. If you rolled a 6 or higher, instead create that token and a treasure token. Wow.
And then treasure tokens are tap it, sacrifice it, add 1 mana.
I did actually remember the
let's go!
I'm catching on. Okay, so for 4 mana, tap, roll a 6-sided die plus an additional 6-sided die for each mana from treasure spent to activate this ability.
So, if you pay 4 mana and if all of those were treasures, you're already rolling a 6. So now you're, by default of just activating it, now you're going to roll 5 dice total.
Okay.
And then, depending on what you get, that will occur.
Okay.
And there's a whole lot of other dice rolling cards in Magic and everything. So not a ton, but enough that you could put them. You can build your Mr. House, and you could hypothetically have a deck built around him, and everything.
So is his like main gimmick creating guys?
Creating guys.
Okay.
And rolling dice.
Okay.
I don't think the rolling dice is like a Magic, or I'm sorry, a Fallout thing specifically.
Not necessarily, but I mean, I like the idea of like
making guys.
Yeah, him creating robots. So Mr. House in the Fallout universe, he's the sole proprietor of New Vegas. He's the one that protected it from the bombs. He's like a super genius that has managed to keep the city, alive and afloat.
Like unradiated?
Yep, unradiated. He built like walls around it so that it's protected from the outside raiders and everything like that. It's the only city in post-war America that is basically still operating as it was prior to the bombs falling.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he did it all thanks to like his super intelligence and his army of Securitron robots. That's what they're called. They're called Securitrons. I kind of wish they would have kept the name, but
don't you worry.
Don't
you?
Okay, all right. So I definitely think it's really cool that he just creates a bunch of them. They are basically his personal army. The main story in New Vegas is there's a big war brewing between the NCR, the New California Republic, and Caesar's Legion. They're both fighting for the Vegas territory, and he is basically...
Is it like West Coast versus East Coast?
Yes, pretty much.
That's hilarious.
So the Legion's from Arizona, and the NCR is obviously in like the California area.
Right.
So they're both converging.
Like, in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, I know Arizona's like not directly in the middle,
but it is.
But like it's in between.
It's in the middle. Yeah. Yeah. So he's someone who wants to keep
crazy.
Vegas completely independent from both of them.
Okay.
And he uses
that's respectable.
Yeah. So he uses his Securitron robot army basically to defend it entirely as its own like independent state.
That's cool.
Which I think his card fits all of that really well. Yeah, for sure.
Just to say, like, I really like this card. I really like this.
That's cool.
I don't know if I build around him, but like I think he's really cool, and I think it's a very like well designed. Like he does one thing, and he does that one thing really freaking well, which I think kind of like fits with the Fallout, where it's like. He's good at protecting the city, and he's really fucking good at it.
Absolutely. Even, the fact that he's like a 0-4, like, he's not a good attacker.
But he's a great defender.
He's a great defender.
Yeah.
Him in the game, because obviously he's 200 plus years old. He's one of the few survivors that's existed before because he was alive before the bombs fell. Yeah, so his technology is preserving what's left of his shriveled up little corpse there. Is
that in the corner?
Yeah, this right here. That's him.
Corpse?
Yeah, that's what he actually looks like, and then this face here is what he projects.
So he's like Wizard of Oz.
He is Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
That's cool.
He's projecting himself to look like this powerful entity, when in reality he is just this really like old, like rotting corpse that's barely staying alive thanks to his technology.
I like how he's president and CEO.
Yeah,
like he's both.
Yeah,
like not only is he like, did he make this whole thing, but he also like owns it.
Yeah, he runs everything
and runs it. That's cool.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely one of my favorite characters. I like his card a lot.
So we got some new creatures going on here. So I don't think we're gonna be spending a whole lot of time on these guys. I think it's more like, oh, like that's a cool, like if you see like, oh, that's a moment, or like that's a cool little reference, like speak it out and everything. I think for these, we're kind of just gonna be like, oh, is that good or is that bad?
We taking too much time. That's my bad.
Oh no, dude, you're chilling. No, I don't care. So White Glove Gourmand.
Gourmand.
It has a D, so why wouldn't I pronounce it?
Do you pronounce it actually in that word? I don't know how you say that word.
I don't.
Gourmand.
I
think like, you do. Yeah, you just
gourmand.
Don't. Yeah,
gourmand. But do you not like put like emphasis like gourmand?
Right. I think you don't put emphasis on it, but you do still like pronounce
it.
So it's just like gourmand.
Okay.
Gourmand.
Okay.
I don't know. I think he does.
So 2/2 for 4, human noble. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. At the beginning of your end step, if another human died under your control this turn.
This turn creates a food token.
Yeah.
Do you know why that's so funny?
Are they like...
They're cannibals.
Okay, I was gonna say. I was like, that's crazy.
That's so funny.
That's so crazy. That's pretty good.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
If another human, because like you can easily. Oh, here's another thing about the Caesar deck. There's a like you can do like specific tribes and like my dinosaur deck.
Yes.
It's like specifically dinosaurs. You can do a human deck.
Okay.
And I think this would fit perfect.
Absolutely.
In any human deck.
Now,
this is crazy.
Yeah, what do food tokens do?
You can pay 2 mana, tap it, sack it, you gain 2 life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Helpful. Pretty cool.
No, yeah. Helpful. It's definitely something where it's like, oh, I have 4 extra mana and 2 food tokens. Might as well just gain the 4 life. Why not?
Right.
And then would you like to take Boomer?
The
here?
Boomer Scrapper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, creature, human soldier. Whenever Boomer Scrapper enters the battlefield or attacks, you lose 1 life and create a junk token. Nice.
Okay, so that's basically draw a card.
Yeah, pretty helpful. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Boomer Scrapper.
That can get big quick.
Yeah.
And this is also in the Caesar deck too. Like all of these cards we're going to be looking at least for now, are so like this fits like the game plan.
So like that's saying, assuming you have a bunch of junk tokens,
right?
Once you start scrapping the junk tokens,
or even a soldier. Just a little guy. You know, like any token.
Right.
Anything.
So any token adds
+1/+1. Yeah. So like you got a big, beefy body.
You start with a weak Boomer, but you can build him up, make him all strong and powerful.
The beer belly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if it's us Gen Z people, but like, the word boomer has been ruined.
Yeah. No.
The internet has like certain words have just straight up been ruined, 100%. And I just like can't. Even like this is a completely different context.
Yeah.
But like my mind goes back to the meme, and I'm just like.
It's a conversation that's been had in the Fallout community because obviously.
Oh really?
Well, yeah. The game came out in 2010.
Okay. Yeah.
New Vegas, which before the term boomer was changed that way.
Yeah.
The reason they are called boomers in the game.
Do they use like rocket launchers or something?
Yes.
Or like, I mean, the artwork kind of says it all.
Yeah, exactly. So they came from a vault that like really loved their guns and their weapons and their giant explosives and stuff like that. The Overseer wanted to hoard all of them because he was worried that people were going to start fighting each other in the vault. They didn't like that, so before they made that rule, they left the vault with as much of that artillery as they could have. Then they took shelter at this Air Force base, and then they defend it by using their like rocket launchers and stuff like that. Anyone that comes near it, they just attack. They just shoot right at them.
Oh, that's
which
crazy.
is why they got the nickname the Boomers.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
So again, cool like origin of the name. It's very fitting of them. Obviously, it's kind of been ruined nowadays, but
Next we got Mysterious Stranger. So for 2 of any color and then 2 red, you get a 3/2 with flash. So it can be cast on anyone's turns. When he enters the battlefield,
cool. Awesome to say about that.
For each graveyard with a instant or sorcery card in it, exile that instant or sorcery from that graveyard. If 2 or more cards were exiled this way, choose one of them at random. Copy it. You may cast that copy without paying its mana cost.
Wow.
This is like, it's a lot. That is a large paragraph.
Yeah, that is.
Like that's, I feel like I just read it and I feel like I have to reread it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
There's
like,
so much.
Yeah, and it's they just like repeat the word graveyard exile over and over.
Yeah.
And okay, so he enters the battlefield. If an opponent has an instant sorcery, which will most likely be correct, you can exile it. So if you have 3 opponents, you can exile 3 total.
Wow.
But you don't have to exile them. If you exile 2 or more, you choose one of them at random. Or if you do 3, I guess you can do. It's just any of them at random, and then you cast that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good card. What was the thing he had to say though about this?
Well, I just thought it was so funny that he has flash, because that's kind of how the Mysterious Stranger operates in the Fallout games. Oh. We know nothing of the character, who he is, where he comes from, or anything like that. It's just a random character that every once in a while, when you're attacking with VATS, anytime you have a critical strike, you always have like, I forget, it's like a 1 in like 60 something chance of him just showing up and delivering one more critical blow to whoever you're attacking. That's cool. And that's it. He just randomly shows up and then disappears, and that's it. So
okay, I kind of get why this card is like that then. Yeah. It's just like, it's that random chance. Right. It's like, hey, you might get the really good one or the one you just kind of like, you know? Right. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
I think it's cool. I like it. I think it's very fitting.
These guys, so they have the squad mechanic. And the squad mechanic is an ability where if you pay an additional cost, being like mana or another restriction, you can make copies of them. Okay. So I think it's cool with these cards where it's like, yeah, you get one, but there's more behind the scenes, kind of. So, Wasteland Rider. For 4 mana, 2 of any color, and 2 black, you get a 4/3 human mercenary with squad 2. So, you can pay 6 mana, and you'll get a copy of Wasteland Rider. So, you'll have 2 Raiders.
Sorry.
Oh, Rider.
It's
My
Raider.
bad. It's the dyslexia. The A like blended into the R. Yeah, but I see it now. Yeah. I see it. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. That's pretty good. If you create 3 of these, that's a lot of things getting sacrificed.
Oh, so that means for each Wasteland Raider.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they get that. No, like when I mean like copy, it's not just like power and toughness. It's like the whole card is copied.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
Yeah. So I think it's pretty cool and everything. Would you want to take the next one?
So next we've got the Gary clone. Let's go.
I have no idea who this is. I don't know what this is.
So yeah, creature, human citizen. So squad 2. We already read that ability and everything like that. Whenever Gary clone attacks, each creature you control named Gary clone gets +1/+0 until the end of turn.
So they're just like stronger together, basically.
Yes.
That's funny.
Context for it, there's really not much. The Gary clones are kind of just like a joke in the game.
Okay.
Basically, you know how every vault had an experiment?
Excuse me. Yeah.
So one of the vault's experiments was cloning.
Oh.
So a dude named Gary, who was a vault tech scientist, just decided to like clone himself a bunch of times, and then he kept cloning himself endlessly. And then as each clone was created, they slowly got crazier and crazier until they killed everyone else in the vault and took over, and it just became the Gary vault full of Gary clones.
Are they trapped inside this vault? Could they just like escape at any time?
They could escape. They don't for whatever reason.
Interesting.
Well, in all fairness, I guess it is safer in the vault than it still is safer in the vault. So
that's pretty funny.
Yeah, actually. That's really all it is. You just come across the vault and you're just fighting a bunch of dudes named Gary, and the quote, like, they literally just say their name. They're just Gary.
That's funny. I like this next one actually. Ruthless Rad. Sorry, I went with. Because I thought it was like a pun. So I was like, Radin. Like, that's fun. Yeah. Nah, but Rad. 2/2 for 3, so 1 of any color and 2 black. Squad this time is exile 4 cards from your graveyard.
Oh, okay.
So as long as your graveyard's pretty big, you can make a lot of these guys.
Interesting.
And they just have menace. So they have to be blocked by 2 or more creatures.
Wow.
So it's just a bunch of rats.
That's cool.
I like that. It's just a bunch of rats.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't like some rats?
Fun fact, the rat is the first enemy you ever face in Fallout ever.
Really?
You leave the vault and there's rats to fight.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. These guys are creepy looking.
Those ones are, yeah.
All right.
So do you want me to take this
No,
next
yeah,
one?
take it, yeah.
All right. Thrill Kill Disciple. A creature human mercenary. Squad 1, discard a card.
See, nice. so it's pay one card and then you got discard. Okay.
That's pretty good, I think, yeah. When Thrill Kill Disciple dies, create a junk token.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't really have much to say about that one. I mean, I feel like it can be useful in a multitude of different ways.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
If you're trying to build those.
Yeah. You should also take this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Securitron Squadron. Let's go. It has the name. Oh, and the upgrade too. So.
Yeah.
Artifact Creature Robot Squad 3. Do I read what's in parentheses? Did we go over that?
No, yeah, we already.
I was gonna say yeah. So it has Vigilance.
Doesn't tap when it attacks, so it just stays.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, so it can block later.
Okay. Whenever a creature token enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay.
And copies are tokens.
Okay.
They're like a token copy. So whenever another Securitron enters that you copied from this guy, you'll get a treasure.
Okay.
Plus a +1/+1 counter on it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's sick.
That artwork is sick. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at it.
No, you're so good. Cool. I like that. I like this card a whole lot.
I think they did my boys well. They represented it nice. I love the Securitrons.
And then Powder Ganger.
Yep.
So 2 of any color in a red, human rogue, squad 2. Whenever he enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
You can just blow up a crap ton of artifacts, which is something that red. So when it comes like kill spells specifically, some colors are better at doing things than other colors. Like green is really good at blowing up enchantments, like specifically. And like, yeah, there are some artifact ones as well, but like enchantments is like the main one.
Right.
Red's destruction is mostly artifacts.
Okay.
Like there's a ton of them, and I think this is just like adding to that pile, and I like it.
Yeah.
I think this is good.
No, I like that
honestly.
too.
So like for 5, you're blowing up 2 artifacts, which are probably really powerful. Like not just a soul ring, you know, but like something bigger.
I like the description you used for blowing up because the Powder Gangers came as a faction because they were a bunch of prisoners for the NCR that they traveled to Nevada with them because they were going to use prison labor to build a railroad.
Oh.
So
did they just like blow it up?
They gave them a bunch of dynamite and was like, yo, we need you to build this railroad. Here's a bunch of dynamite. And so they just started using the dynamite on their officers that were held them prisoner, and yeah, they escaped.
Because of course they
exactly.
Course.
The whole point is to like show how ineffective the NCR's government is and how weak they are. But so
they kind of sound not.
They are pretty weak. Yeah.
Damn.
They used their dynamite and they escaped, and yeah.
That's crazy.
That's a funny way to describe it. I like
All right, we got a lot of legends to go over here. So
I love the representation of like all the games, man. That's so cool.
I think every single deck does that like very well. I mean, obviously I don't know, but we with Deloria,
Tunnel Snake.
Tunnel Snake. I don't know what the
Tunnel Snake fools.
Cool. With Menace, so it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures. Has a thing in italics. We don't have to read that.
Yeah.
Whenever Butch attacks, it gets a +1/+1 until end of turn, where for each other rogue and or snake you control. Okay, so it's rogue, snake, tribal. How many of those are there really? There's a lot of black rogues, but there's not like, I can think of like maybe 1 or 2 mono black like snakes. So whatever. Pay 1 and a black. Put a menace counter on another target creature. It becomes becomes a rogue
in addition to
okay.
So that's how you do it.
I'm getting it now.
That's pretty
I like that.
Yeah.
And then you just get a menace counter, which can be taken away though. It's just like a shield counter where it's like, it does give it an ability, but like it can't if something says destroy target counter.
Okay.
You can get rid of the
I was
menace
just about to
counter.
ask how would you destroy them, but it has to say that specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Or just like it doesn't have to say like menace, could just be target counter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
Something like that.
But it has to say target counter specifically.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And then take this guy.
I feel like I like that so far. But yeah.
I do like it. I just don't think it's very deep.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not, but I don't think any of these guys really are supposed to be that deep.
Okay.
So next is Colonel Autumn. Legendary creature, human soldier, lifelink, exploit. Oh, what's exploit?
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Uh-oh. I found something he doesn't know. Let's go. Bro, I think this is the first time I've ever had that happen.
No, I've had to look up shit before when we play. I guess it was like specific rules.
Yeah, it was like how rules respond to other rules, but like never have I ever seen you like not know what something means before.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's exploit. Okay, it's a lot. It's on my zombie cards. So I'm like,
you should know that.
I know. I should know that because I have a whole zombie deck and everything. Okay, exploit is when this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature.
Okay.
And normally, if you do that, you gain something from doing that.
Assuming that gets usually that creature's ability. It's not like anything Colonel Autumn does.
No.
Okay, I get you.
Other legendary creatures you control have exploit. That's crazy. So your legendary creatures can just enter the battlefield and just sacrifice fodder.
Yeah,
basically. That's cool.
I already finished my coffee.
Oh, heck yeah. Finish.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm reading.
Yeah, my bad.
Whenever a creature you control exploits a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Neat. Okay, so that means even with the creatures you're sacrificing, it doesn't really matter if they have an ability or not like that. You can just sacrifice them just to add +1/+1 counters.
Yeah.
Super cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's crazy.
That's really cool.
Damn, that's cool. I like that actually.
Yeah,
that's
I like Colonel Autumn.
Yeah. I like his art too.
Yeah.
It's cool. He looks like a badass.
He kind of is, yeah. He's the main antagonist.
Kinda is.
Well, he's kind of lame in the games a little bit. He's a cool character. He's the main antagonist to Fallout 3.
Oh, of 3 specifically.
Yeah, he's intimidating except for at the very end of the game. That's all I'll say.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then we got Aradesh.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow, I said that correctly.
You did say it correctly. Good job.
Okay, Aradesh, the founder. He found something. 2 of any color and a white. Legendary creature, human soldier with Enlist.
What's Enlist? Yeah, I gotta look that up again too.
Yup.
Let's go.
Wow. This is... Look at this professionalism.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah. All right, Enlist. Hold on, let me get... All right, here's an actual example. As this creature attacks, you may tap a non-attacking creature you control without summoning sickness. So if it has summoning sickness, you can't do it.
Okay.
When you do, add its power to this creature until end of turn.
Interesting.
So if you have a 2/2 blocker, per se, and you attack with...
Aradesh,
you can add 2 power
make
onto
him
his
a 3/6.
3/4. It just adds power, not toughness.
Cool.
And then so that's all right.
It's all right. I guess you can only do it with creatures that don't have something.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. I mean, I guess it's nice because you can just attack with him, but theoretically, it's the same thing as if I were to just attack with him and that creature, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
So. Yeah, kind of.
I'm kind of on that.
Yeah. Whenever a creature you control attacks, if it enlisted a creature this combat, the creature that attacked gains double strike.
Oh, so there you go.
Until end of turn. If that creature's power is 4 or greater, you draw a card.
Okay, well, that makes.
I'm still kind of
Yeah, I'm still on it too, but that makes it a little bit sweeter.
Does he matter at all? Is Aradesh that cool?
Not really.
Okay, well, sick. I'm glad they didn't give him a
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's cool in the context of he's from Fallout 1, so that's what's cool is he's the first area you'll probably ever come across. He's probably the first NPC you'll ever talk to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's about it.
Damn, does that make him legendary?
Like I said, I don't really care.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think most people do. I think the novelty is just, hey, he's the first person you talk to.
Yeah, sick.
And also, Colonel Autumn is an Enclave officer.
I don't know what that means.
It means he's part of the shadow government thing that's taken over the wasteland.
That's crazy.
The Enclave were the main antagonists of the entire Fallout series.
Oh!
They're like the overarching villains.
Cool.
Yeah.
So like the Illuminati kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They are the Illuminati.
That's very interesting, actually.
Man, I'm going to have to restrain myself. Sorry.
MacCready.
MacCready.
Well, why isn't it Mick? Like, why isn't it Mick then?
Well, because you
like
can't have
MC.
you can't have 2 C's. You can't have it be MCC.
Why not? MacCready.
I don't know. Doesn't that just look weird with spelling?
I think this looks weird.
I don't know. But I guess
whatever. Lamplight Mayor.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of the dyslexia.
Fuck this guy, by the way.
Human advisor. He looks pretty.
This is one of the most hated characters in all.
Really?
Yeah.
Whenever a creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, it gains Skulk until end of turn.
Okay.
And it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power.
Oh, that's
so it has to be blocked by like a 1/1 or a 2/2.
Meaning, basically. if a creature's gonna block with it, that creature has to die essentially.
Basically,
for the most part.
Yes, yeah. Unless they have like some crazy, like if it's like a 1/6 or something.
Pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater attacks you, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life.
Ooh.
I like this guy.
Nice. Okay, I like his card.
I like him. No, I really like his card. Also, he's
card.
2 mana, a white and a black. That's so good.
Yeah.
That's sick.
No, I agree. Like his card, still don't like him in the game.
Completely fair.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. So we'll move on to Ed E, the Lonesome Eyebots. Legendary artifact creature, robot. Oh, he has flying. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, he floats.
Eddie, my love. Whenever you attack, if the number of attacking creatures is greater than the number of quest counters on Eddie, Lonesome Eyebot, put a quest counter on it.
Cool.
So I'm gonna have to figure out what a quest counter is.
It'll explain to you.
Okay. Sacrifice Eddie, draw a card, then draw an additional card for each quest counter on Eddie.
There you go. Yeah. So quest counter, they're kind of like a they're like a counter that doesn't like have a meaning per se. It's kind of just like, hey, if you fulfill this specific thing, you'll get an added bonus, which is being the more quest counters on him to have, the more cards you'll draw.
Okay.
And everything. I like it. It's not. I don't think it's anything crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think people
not.
are gonna build around him.
Right. but not
Still cool though.
bad, I guess. Yeah.
No, not bad. Would you like to take this guy?
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't know his vibe. He seems evil.
He's actually not. He's actually a good person.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm getting the vibes of like Schindler's List. The dude, like the main villain.
No, yeah.
Like that's the vibe I'm getting.
Nah, he's not like that. He's a good guy. He's a companion in the game.
Really?
Yeah, he's just edgy. That's all.
Okay.
He's just edgy.
Okay.
So we got Craig Boone, the Novak Guard, legendary creature, human soldier, reach and lifelink. So what is reach?
It can block creatures with flying.
Oh,
So I imagine it's literally his sniper rifle.
Yes,
just like,
that's absolutely
like
what it is.
shooting people out of the sky.
That's
like
awesome.
literally.
Yeah.
And he's got lifelink, so every time he touches something, he gains that much life.
That's really nice.
He gains 3 because that's his power.
Right. One for my baby. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, put 2 quest counters on Craig Boone, Novak Guard. When you do, Craig Boone deals damage equal to the number of quest counters on it to up to 1 target creature unless that creature's controller has Craig Boone deal that much damage to them.
Yo! So your opponent could be like, hey, I really don't want this guy to die. I'll take the damage. Like,
okay.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Huh.
I like it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think he's pretty cool as well. Yeah, I guess I do like that he can
block
flyers,
Yeah,
because he is a sniper. He's like protecting the town of Novak.
Oh, that's cool.
Super cool character, by the way. One of the best companions, in my opinion. If you play New Vegas and you haven't ran with him as your companion, I absolutely highly recommend it. His companion quest is one of my favorites.
Hell yeah. All right. We got Cereal Man over here. We got Kellogg.
Yes, sir.
Dangerous Mind. Isn't this the guy from the 4th game?
He is.
Doesn't he take your child or something?
He does, and that's what he's doing in the artwork. Also, he killed your husband. Look, your husband's
dead. Wait, are you canonically a woman?
No.
Or because can't you like gender switch it?
You can gender switch it. Yeah, there is. I don't think there's a canon one for. There are for other games, but I don't think Fallout 4 ever.
Like canonizes just like what gender
exactly
the main character is.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
The artwork went with shooting the husband, which I personally always like to play as the female in Fallout 4. Anyway.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
3/2 first strike. So it touches it and then like actual damage will go through.
Right.
And then haste so it can attack.
Nice.
Turn it enters.
Nice.
Whenever he attacks, create a treasure token. Already like that. Sacrifice 5 treasure tokens. Gain control of target creature for as long as you control Kellogg. Activate only as a sorcery. So only on your turn.
Okay.
So you can just take creatures.
Oh, okay.
Which is like kind of what he's doing right now.
Absolutely.
He's taking babies.
Absolutely.
Give me that. It's mine now.
No, I like that.
Huh. I think he's alright. I don't know if I'd build around him or anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand like what could be useful with him and like how we would
gain
use
control of your opponent's things.
Which is pretty useful.
Yeah, no, that's super powerful. I told Tom when just looking at like a few cards, because also a lot of these cards have not been fully spoiled to me yet, so you'll get a lot of my first time reactions with these. But this is one that I watched or that I looked at the other day, and I was like, this guy's sick. I might build around him. I might do this guy.
Yeah. I'll take him next.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Elder Arthur Maxon, legendary creature, human knight. Creature tokens you control have training.
So basically, if Elder Maxon attacks, if you have a creature with less power, it's like a 1/1. The 1/1 will get a +1/+1 counter because he's like training them. It's like no, you're a 1/1, but like I'm training you to be a 2/2 kind of thing. So like as long as their power is less than, so if it's anything over 4 or greater, he won't put a +1/+1 counter on them. But like it's pretty good. Honestly.
Okay. And then Blind Betrayal. Sacrifice another creature. Elder Arthur Maxon gains indestructible to the end of the turn. Yeah. That is very, very cool.
Yeah, so basically like, he just won't die.
That is
basically
awesome. Yeah.
So I would definitely take this in the route of like I'm gonna make a lot of creature tokens and I'm going to slowly train them up, or take the fodder, like still like the 1/1s, and just sack him.
Yeah.
And then give him industry so he won't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like his ability. I think that's pretty cool. I definitely do like his card.
Yeah.
I don't really know how fitting it is for his character necessarily.
Right. Like, does he sacrifice people?
Not really. The closest thing
does he train people though?
He does. He's the elder of the Brotherhood of Steel. So
basically he's
training all kinds of scribes and paladins when they first join. What? Or not paladins. What's the first rank in the Brotherhood?
Squire.
No, squires are the ones that build the technology.
That was just a bit. Oh, that was a bit. Dude. Sorry, no. I had no idea.
No. I screwed up. Not squire, scribe. That's what they're called. They're scribes. Scribes build the technology. Paladins are the actual knights. The first one is knight. You become a knight and then you become a paladin. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Cool.
Jeez.
He is a human. He is a human knight.
Yeah, which is interesting because he's technically not the rank of knight. He's an elder. So. But,
elder human.
This character, by the way, never actually appears in the game. You only find out about her through like writings and stuff like that are left behind. You never actually see this character.
That's pretty cool.
Which I think is kind of cool, yeah.
That's cool.
So we got Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty. Legendary creature, human knight as well, because Brotherhood of Steel. Battalion. Whenever Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty and at least 2 other creatures attack, draw a card, then you may put a creature card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, where X is Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty's power. Wow.
Okay, so if you just like boost her a whole lot, and attack with 2 other guys, being like it could be 1/1s for all we care.
Yeah,
just put something on the battlefield as big as you want to be, basically. Yeah. That's pretty good.
That seems pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good to me too.
Freaking good.
Yeah,
kind of like it.
I like it too, actually. Again, I just really appreciate Wizards of the Coast really going into the deep cuts for Fallout. This is something I just a little tangent, but I do appreciate that they do that with every single collab they do. Because I was also obviously a huge Doctor Who fan as well. I was super excited when the Doctor Who collab was announced, and I appreciated that they did every single era, every single card. And also not just like the stuff that's like well known. Like they did deep cuts from the classic series that most people probably don't even know about. So
unless you're like real deep into
it. Exactly. There's plenty of Doctor Who fans who've never seen the classic series or don't know that much about some of the classic series. So they like the fact they did all of it, like did like well researched everything and
I mean like I'm sure they have fans that like of the series that work at Wizards.
Definitely.
Because like they're huge fucking nerds.
Right, absolutely.
Like some of the biggest nerds ever,
Yeah, absolutely. But I just am constantly impressed by that. And the fact that they're representing every single era of Fallout from the first 2 games that most people haven't played.
Right. To all the others.
Yeah,
the ones that people have played.
Exactly. I still myself, as big a fan as I am, have not beaten the second game.
Oh, that's crazy.
I've barely beaten the first game.
Dang.
By doing the bare minimum to beat it. It's very difficult.
All right.
So if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Overseer of Vault 76. 2 of any color and a white for a 3/3 human advisor. Whenever it or another creature enters the battle, or another creature with power 3 or less enters the battlefield. Under your control, put a quest counter on Overseer of Vault 76. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may remove 3 quest counters from among permanents you control. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and they gain vigilance until end of turn. Again, that was just like a big block of text and everything.
Yeah. That's what I picked up on. It feels kind of to me as well.
Yeah.
Not bad necessarily.
No, definitely not bad for sure, but like, You want to just move on to the next one?
I don't have anything to say about it for sure.
If we don't have anything, let's just move on.
So we'll move on to Desdemona, Freedom's Edge. Legendary creature, human rogue, vigilance, which is nice. Whenever Desdemona, Freedom's Edge, attacks, target creature card in your graveyard that's an artifact or that has mana value 3 or less gains escape until end of turn. So escape.
It's escape cost. It can be cast from your graveyard.
Okay.
With an alternate cost.
Okay. So the escape cost is equal to its mana cost plus exile 2 other cards from your graveyard.
So for example, if you were to cast like a 4 mana creature or something from your graveyard, you'll have to pay 4 mana plus exile 2 creatures. I'm sorry, not creatures, but cards.
2 cards in your graveyard.
Yes. And then we got Mr. Yes Man. Yeah. Personal Securitron.
Yeah, another one of my favorite characters.
2/2 robot, 2 of any color and a white. Tap him. Target opponent gains control of Yes Man. When they do, you draw 2 cards. And you put a quest counter on Yes Man. Activate only during your turn.
Huh.
When Yes Man leaves the battlefield, its owner creates a tapped 1/1 white soldier creature token for each quest counter on it.
Neat.
So basically, you're kind of just like passing this guy around the table.
Yeah. You know what's...
Hypothetically.
Yeah. And it fits his character very, very well.
Yes.
Because in the game... The reason he is called Yes Man is because he is incapable of saying no. He is programmed specifically to help anyone. It's really funny because he's working for the antagonist in New Vegas, Benny. But then when you come across him and you like give him, he gives you all the information. You just ask him like, okay, so what's this? Like, what's his plan? What's his motive? He's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you what he's planning on doing. Blah 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 blah. By the way, like, what do you plan on doing? He's like, and if you're like, well, I'm gonna go against him. I'm gonna do this instead. He's gonna be like, okay, well, I'll help you if you need any help. He's like,
heck yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not programmed to say no to anybody. So like, I'll just help with whoever. Yeah, that's literally his whole thing.
I love
so like,
that.
he ends up helping you. Just because he's programmed to always say yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that's not what Benny intended with him.
Right.
But that's just, you happen to come across him, so he's just like, yeah, I'll help you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I like that. He's one of my favorite characters in the games. So.
Heck yeah.
And I think him passing around to each person, I think that fits that character aspect.
Yeah. Like, the only, I guess, bad thing, there's a few other cards in Magic that, like, pass around the table. Mm-hmm. If you're playing a multiplayer format, let's say Yes Man is my commander. If I pass it to you, you could just pass it to Matt, and Matt could just pass it back to you, and it never could come back to me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's the hindrance with this, which I guess kind of fits, because like if he's working for the bad guy and like he's not like directly like working with him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I guess it fits like flavor wise, but like I don't see, if you're building this guy as your commander, I don't think you're ever going to see him on your side of the battlefield ever again.
Okay.
Because why?
Yeah.
Because I was like, as a player, I'm like, well, no, I'm giving it to the person that wants it the most, actually.
Right. So Sierra, Nuka's biggest fan. The Nuka-Cola Challenge. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on Sierra, Nuka's biggest fan, and create a food token. Interesting that quest counter is coming back. In a lot of these. It
is coming back. It's very weird to me, low-key.
Whenever you sacrifice a food, target creature you control gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of quest counters on Sierra.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So same idea. You can build her up, make her all strong, whatever. She's a lame character.
Rose, Cutthroat Raider. I like this guy a lot. For 4 mana, 2 of any color, and 2 red, 3/2 first strike. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you attacked this turn, create a junk token for each opponent you attacked, which in a multiplayer format is very nice. But if you're only playing like 1v1, you're not going to get a whole lot of value. But this is the ability I really like.
Okay.
Whenever you sacrifice a junk, add red mana.
Oh. Okay.
So you're getting mana by sacrificing junk.
All right.
And I like that.
That is cool. I do like that.
Even if you don't, because then you can just sack, like, let's say you have 6. Just sack all 6 of them, exile the top 6, you get 6 red mana.
Yeah.
You can hypothetically cast a thing.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
pretty freaking good.
That's pretty good.
In my mind.
That's pretty good.
And then we got this fucker.
Yes, sir. Leggett Linnaeus. Oh, do you not like him?
I don't like it's a little too much.
Dang. Okay. Well, I'll go into it. So, legendary creature, human soldier, decimates. When Leggett Linnaeus enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifice a 10th of the creatures they control rounded up. Oh, yeah. I remember reading that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever an opponent sacrifices a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Leggett Linnaeus.
So he's gonna get real big, but like, I don't want to know what the 10th of my creatures is.
Well, I mean, it's pretty effective though if you have Linnaeus, right? Because that means every creature or every opponent has to sacrifice at least 1.
Oh yeah. It is each opponent, doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly, and that's just making your guy strong. So like, if you have him, he's pretty powerful. It seems like.
Yeah, but also like this seems like a very much like I hate my opponents kind of thing. And like that's part of Commander is like, yeah, you want to do powerful things, but also like you don't want to have people not play the game. You know, you want your opponents to play.
I mean,
you want to have a good time.
I don't know. My objective in the game is to win. If this is going to help me win, I feel like that's like helpful, right?
That's fine.
Are you saying
I like to have fun.
Okay, are you saying you think he's too powerful and you don't like that?
No, I don't think he's too powerful. I think he's I think he's against the word fun.
Okay.
I think he's like, I'm going to keep playing him and no one is going to play the game but me.
Well, hold on. That ability only activates the first time, right? When you play? Okay.
There's a couple blink things. You can also cast him from the graveyard using other cards. You know, like there's a lot of ways you can get around the entering the battlefield thing.
Oh, okay. So what does decimate?
That's
what that means. I just wanted to make sure.
It's not like a keyword ability like lifelink. They kind of just invent these words and then it's like raid.
Oh, okay.
Raid is just a word.
Okay.
Makes
it confusing.
Yes, it does. It really freaking does.
Well, I was just gonna
take the lottery, bro.
I was just gonna say that I like him, so whatever. I might use him anyway. Just keep that in mind. The Nipton lottery. I just want to say, fun fact: he's running while the city's on fire. He won the lottery, so he's the only one that gets to walk out alive.
That's what that means?
Yes.
I didn't think it was like that.
Yeah. Oh, so everyone played the lottery, and the people who placed first and second got to live, but the second one got beaten with hammers until he was crippled, and the first one gets to like leave just completely free.
That's insane.
Yeah, and everyone else dies horrific ways. Anyway, the Nipton Lottery, sorcery. This is also one of the most hated characters in Fallout. Choose a creature at random. You gain control of that creature until end of turn. Untap it. It gains haste until end of turn. Then destroy all other creatures. Okay,
Yeah, so he lives. Yeah, so you get to choose the winner of the lottery.
Wow.
That's the bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, it says choose a creature at random.
Oh, I guess at random. Never mind.
How do you do it? How do you do it randomly?
Let's say there are like 20 creatures on the battlefield. You take a d20.
Oh, okay.
And you just assign a number.
Okay.
And then if you have less than that, try to like do like year 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6.
Right.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Dang, that's
so
crazy.
it can get confusing.
Yeah.
If there's a lot of creatures.
I was about to say that does sound very confusing.
Yeah.
Especially
this is a fun card, I will say. This is a fun board wipe. Mm-hmm. I like it.
It is cool. It is cool.
Yeah. Then we got Survivor's Medkit. Literally just 1 mana. And you can pay 1 mana and tap it. Choose one that hasn't been chosen. So you can tap it, or oh my god, Jesus. You can draw a card, create a food token, or target player loses all rad counters, and then you can sacrifice the medkit.
Okay.
So I'm assuming, because it says choose one that hasn't been chosen. The wording, I don't know if it means like this turn, this game. I don't know what that means per se. Because like how I'm reading it is like, okay, the first time you use it, you draw a card. The second time you create a food, and the third time you have to do the rad. Or you can like mix up 1 and 2, but like I feel like you have to like leave the last one for last kind of thing.
Right.
Again, like I don't know how amazing this is per se, but whatever.
It's there, I guess.
Yeah, take this next one.
All right, we got VATS, Vault Tech Assisted Targeting System.
Oh, that's what that stands for?
That's what it stands for.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's cool.
Instant. Split second. As long as the spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities.
Yeah. So basically, you know how the stack works? Where it's like, let's say you play a creature, I counter it. Yeah. Then you can hypothetically put a counter, and then it goes in reverse order. So your counter will counter my counter.
Right.
And that means your spell will... That means my counter's gone forever, and your creature you attempted to cast is on the... Like, it goes through.
Okay.
Split second gets rid of all of that. Let's say it goes counter, in response, VATS. So split second means nothing else can get added to the stack. That's it. Okay. Nothing else. So it's like, okay, this has to go through that. Okay. Basically.
So I would play that as an instant the moment someone tried to counter something else I was doing.
Yes.
Cool. And then that will undo whatever their attempt at counter is.
On the stack player, no. You would kind of play it like in response to something that like, if there's a big chain of events that could happen, you would play it as early as possible so that chain doesn't actually happen.
So let's say I like activate a spell or whatever or something like that.
Yeah. And then
and then I have to play that just to make sure no one can counter it.
Yes.
So if someone countered it, I can't say in response that's that counter.
Because split second means it'll happen no one can
after.
Gotcha. Yes. Not before, but after.
So you do have to play it almost right away immediately.
Yes.
Okay.
But like it's still good though.
Yeah, no. Like it is good. It is good. Just it's just one of those like safety precautions, I guess, just in case someone would want to try and counter this. No.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
And that also kind of means that most of the time this spell can't be countered.
Ooh,
because like if you can't cast a spell in response to this, it's like, well, it kind of has to happen,
right?
Kind of thing.
Choose any number of target creatures with equal toughness. Destroy the chosen creatures. Wow.
Yeah, I like it.
That's crazy.
I like this. So if your opponent just has a bunch of 1/1s,
wow,
just go down the line, bro, and just blow them up. I really like this card.
This is
very awesome.
Nice. It works with bats too.
So we got some bobbleheads here. I do not know what they mean in the Fallout universe.
They're just bonuses. If you find they're hidden all throughout. They're rare items hidden all throughout the game. If you find them, you can add a skill point to your
okay, that's cool. So there is at least one in each deck.
Okay.
There's most of the time there's two. I think only one of them has one.
Okay.
So I think there's like 5 or 6 total. I don't know if that's how many stats there are in the game.
Mm-hmm. 6. It's special. So whatever the words of special are. SPECIAL.
7. Okay, so there might be 7 total. I don't know. So most of them are the same though. They all cost 3 mana, and you can tap it for 1 mana of any color. So they're all mana rocks, but they all do a second thing. Like Luck Bobblehead. Pay 1, tap it, roll a 6-sided dice. Where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. If you have 3 bobbleheads, you roll 3 dice.
Okay.
Create a tapped treasure token for an even result. If you rolled 6 exactly 7 times,
you win the game.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, that works for luck, right? It's like,
no, exactly.
Shit, you were just like super lucky.
Yeah. And then Charisma Bobblehead is pay 4, tap it, create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. So it's all right, honestly.
No, the bobbleheads seem pretty cool.
If you want to build a bobblehead deck, because they're all colorless as well, so you can put them in any deck.
Yeah.
And you can combine them all together if you really want to.
No, that's neat. I like that. All right, so the Battle of Hoover Dam. It's an enchantment. Very cool artwork, by the way. I'm pretty sure that's Leggett Lanius attacking in the background there. Oh, that's Colonel Oliver. Okay. So, as Battle of Hoover Dam enters the battlefield, choose NCR or Legion.
Oh, that's cool. You get to choose the side you're on.
That's so cool. Okay, so NCR. At the beginning of your end step, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So what does finality mean? Yeah, look it up.
So this is one of the cards I have not seen.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Finality.
I'll read what Legion is real quick.
No, yeah,
so
go for it.
Legion, whenever a creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Neat. Very neat.
If a creature with a finality counter on it would die, exile it instead. So it's just gone forever, basically. It can't be returned. Okay, that's pretty good. You get another chance. Yeah.
Wait.
I like that.
Oh, okay. So it's you can bring it back from the dead, but if it dies again, it's gone.
Yeah, it's gone forever. Or you can just, whenever a creature dies, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature.
Okay.
I think both options are pretty good.
Yeah, no, they
honestly,
both seem pretty good to me too.
I like this card. That's
a cool card for sure.
All right. Wild Wasteland. Skip your draw step.
Oh.
Just flat out skip it.
Oh, wow.
Who cares? At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. So you're not drawing, but you have the ability to still play things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what the advantage with that would necessarily be.
You get, instead of, so like, you don't, so technically you're drawing 2, but you're going to lose them at the end of your turn. So like, you're technically gaining cards, but yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how much play it's gonna get.
Yeah. Just fun fact about Wild Wasteland. That is a perk you can take, or is it a perk, or is it? Yeah, I think it's a perk. It's a perk that you can take in the game, which basically just makes it so that your game is allowed to have any crazy number of references to movies or shows or just like any crazy things. Yeah. So basically just like weird stuff starts happening. Okay. If you have Wild Wasteland, you can find Indiana Jones in a refrigerator.
That's cool.
Well, his skeletal remains in a refrigerator,
right?
which is pretty funny.
Yeah,
they do
like what actually would happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
movie.
Yeah, I know.
We're not turning this video into
into
a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull review.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
But I think it's funny they turned Wild Wasteland, which is just a perk in the game, into a card. Yeah, that's neat.
Well, welcome back, everyone. With one poop and one phone call later, I'll let you figure out who did what. Spoiler: I was the bodily function one, obviously. But yeah, we're picking it back up on Vault 75, middle school.
Yes. So
do you remember middle school?
Oh, I do remember middle school, unfortunately.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I can definitely remember some ish.
Yeah, I certainly wish I didn't. But, yeah, it's a thing that happened.
But these are saga cards. Okay. So they start on the turn you play it. It comes in on the first level, let's say, and then the second turn you have it's 2, and then 3, and then however many it has, and then after it's done its final ability, you have to sacrifice it. It doesn't stick around.
Okay.
So the first one for middle school: exile all creatures with power 4 or greater.
Damn.
Yeah, so only the little guys were left alive,
right.
Which I feel like makes sense for. I don't know anything about this card, but I feel like it makes sense given the
middle school
context.
I'll be completely honest. I don't know. I don't remember Vault 75.
Interesting.
I don't.
Okay. And then the other 2 levels or counters, it has put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's really good. I really like this card. It's a nice board wipe for 4 mana, because normally in board wipes you want it to be 4 mana. Like, that's like the lowest board wipe. I'm pretty sure it's the lowest board wipe number.
Yeah.
There might be a 3 mana board wipe that like does something crazy, but like... But like this is, I like this card a whole lot. Also, the art is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I wish I remembered the context of what it is in the game. Vault 75. I can't remember. Oh, I don't remember. I don't know. I'll look it up later. I was like,
revelation.
Is it what I thought it was? And then I was about to pull my phone about. Nah, I'll do it.
All right. Okay. All right, and then if you want to take Vault 11.
Yes, I would love to. This is probably my favorite vault in the entire
series.
Really?
Actually?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
This vault has one of the greatest stories.
Okay, sick.
Maybe I'll go into it if it relates back to the card. But
okay.
At this, Saga enters, and after you draw a step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. Yeah. Lore counter.
Yeah, okay. So, that's what they're called. They're just called lore counters.
Okay.
So 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like... So when sagas were created, they were kind of like story retellings, and like each lore counter would kind of like explain the story in a gameplay way. So like, for example, like in this, I'm assuming the first thing that happened was all of the adults died, and then the kids just got stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming.
I think that is what happened.
Okay. Cool. So,
I think it is the vault that I think it is.
That's
but
sick.
Anyway,
all right.
Back to Vault 11.
Yeah, Vault 11. Let's see this biz.
So for each opponent, you create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token.
Okay. So if you have 3 opponents, that's 3 1/1s.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
That's cool.
Each player secretly votes for up to 1 creature. Then those votes are revealed. If no creature got votes, each player draws a card. So each player secretly votes for up to 1 creature.
Yes. So you choose a creature secretly, basically.
Okay.
And then you all reveal it.
So what does it mean if no creatures got votes?
So if there are 5 creatures on the battlefield, like total, like I own 2, you own 1, Matt owns 2, so 5 total. We each vote for 1, but like we each only get 1 vote. That means there are 2 creatures left unvoted.
Okay.
For. So that means I'm assuming whoever controls those creatures draws that card.
Okay. That's what I was making sure. Because it's like if no creature got votes.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay.
Otherwise, destroy each creature with the most votes. Or tied for the most.
That's neat.
It could even... Wow. That's super neat, actually. Yeah. I really like that.
So what do you think of that ability? Do you think it's a cool card?
I think that's a very cool card. I like voting mechanics in Magic. There's a couple of them. And like some of them are just straight up just like, why would your opponent choose that one? There's literally a one where it says target vote time or money. Time, target player takes an extra turn.
Oh.
Money, target player takes something from you.
Damn. Okay.
So, like, why would you give your opponent an extra turn?
Right.
But, like, I get a vote, so I'm voting for extra turn, obviously. But then all of you guys are going to be like, just take a thing. Just something. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like this.
It fits with the card very, very well. Vault 11, the whole...
Give me some lore.
It's just, quickly, the whole premise of this vault is the experiment was to see how people would respond to an authority figure, basically. It's like, would they be willing to do whatever an authority tells them to do?
Interesting.
So what the vault mainframe tells them is they're going to have to sacrifice one of their own every single year in order to keep the life support of the vault running. So they all get angry and they choose to vote for their overseer, and the overseer gets sacrificed.
Like every time.
Every time, yeah. So then they start needing to hold elections to vote for the next overseer.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh.
So every year they hold an election for the new overseer.
Why would you want to be an overseer?
No one wants to be the overseer. That's the whole point. They end up trying to vote for the worst person to be overseer because they all want to feel not guilty about like sentencing someone to their death, basically.
So basically, if you're not a nice person,
exactly,
dude.
So they all form like political parties. They all start like trying to get dirt on each other. Like there was a dude that had a gambling was like they like obviously were having like a really success in the poker game. So the guys got mad and they decided to nominate him to be the overseer and like spreading lies about him, like, oh, he cheated on his wife or something like that, making it seem like he's a dislikable person. It's like, okay, we have to sacrifice someone. Okay. We have to sacrifice the worst person. So let's like vote for him. And that's what the vault ends up becoming.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Morality wise and also like logistic wise. I'm assuming that each vault has like hundreds of people in each one, basically.
If not thousands.
All right, if not thousands. Okay. I was like, I feel like people would know the lot. Like if you're spending your entire life with these people, I feel like it would be easy to figure out. And if you're seeing these people almost every day, what is a lie and what is like the truth?
Yeah. It depends. It depends on...
Because like when you said, like, oh, this guy cheated on his wife, but it's like, no, my wife works with his wife, and they have a very loving relationship. And if anything, she's the bad. You know, like that kind of shit.
It's the same thing as just like how information is spread through a community. It's like, you could probably... Some people probably like, well, that's a lie. I don't believe that. But the fact that the rumor gets spread in general, well, automatically it puts in their head just like, well, the other two, I don't know if they've ever done anything. This guy, I don't think he's a cheater, but someone told me he was. So I don't know. Out of these three, I think I have to vote for the possible cheater.
I guess, like, to me, I think that idea would only work if it is, like you said, in the thousands. If you're in the hundreds, like, I would say, like, 500 is probably the cutoff point for that. Yeah. Like, anything over 500, I'm like... Okay, maybe, because I've only interacted with this guy once, so like maybe, but like under 500, I'm like, no, what do you mean, bro? He's our milkman. Yeah, I don't know if you have a milkman in a vault.
You definitely have to have a milkman.
But like, you know, like I feel like there's only so far.
I forget how many people were in Vault 11.
But honestly, I'd probably get voted to be the overseer. Because I'm thinking this... Well, no, because I'm thinking this way.
I don't know, yeah. All I want to say is if you have not explored this vault in New Vegas, I highly recommend it. I do think it's the best vault, the best story. Sick. I wanted to go over one other thing. No, bro,
go for it.
It is so cool.
Go for it.
I'm not going to spoil the whole story and how it plays out for the vault. But there is something really cool that's revealed at the end of the vault because they do all this. It splits them all up and makes them all angry and riled up at each other. And then by the very end, when you come up upon the vault, because you're coming upon this... like place 200 years after all this stuff has already happened. Yeah, because it's a vault that opened up when the bombs fell, and the games take place 200 years after the bombs fell. So yeah, you're coming upon what happened hundreds of years after it had already happened. And the crazy part is you find out that they didn't ever need to sacrifice anybody. It was all just...
I was going to say, I was like, that just sounds like a fucked up experiment.
So by the point, there was like only a few of them left. The few survivors were like, okay, we don't want to do this anymore. We're just going to accept death.
I feel like the first time that happens, that's when you should test that theory. Like, I feel like the first time it happens, it's like...
Yeah.
I was like, do you really think they're going to fucking do this,
it's bro? Just, there were so many of them. They were all scared. And that was the whole point of the experiment. It's like, would you do it if you were scared? It's like, well, if everyone's scared, then yeah, they'll do it. But by the time there's only like a few of them left, it's like, we've done this so many times, like it doesn't even matter at this point. And that's when they're like, yeah, we're not going to sacrifice anyone anymore. And then the vault, and then the vault mainframe congratulated them. Just like, well, congratulations, you made the right choice. You weren't supposed to sacrifice anybody. And now the like life support is going to stay functioning forever. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's a crazy, like, fucked up ending. Yeah. It is one of my favorite vaults for that reason. The exploring the whole area and then going through, like, that story and then discovering that at the very end. It's incredible. One of the best vaults in the entire game. Highly recommend.
So this is a cool card. This is a land. And each deck has its own cool new land that they've put in. This is Diamond City.
Yes.
I know nothing about Diamond City, but
crown jewel of the Commonwealth.
It does something that your current deck likes to do.
Ooh, okay, so
enters the battlefield with a shield counter.
Hey, how about that?
You can tap it for a colorless mana, or you can tap it, move a shield counter from Diamond City onto target creature.
Okay.
Activate only if 2 or more creatures entered the battlefield under your
control this turn. Okay.
Yeah,
so I have to at least send 2 creatures out.
Yeah.
Okay.
In order to move it. But also, like, the fact that your land has a shield counter is pretty cool.
Is it? I mean, like, no one ever targets lands in games.
I mean, that's because I'm nice.
Oh, okay.
I could.
Okay.
There is a literal card that says destroy target land.
Okay.
And there's even a land that does that.
Yeah.
It's called Wasteland, which is cool.
Hey, that is cool.
But it came out in the 90s.
Right.
Before, like, it was a Magic card before they even thought of doing it. Like, before this was even in conception.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah,
depending on
this
how
is
early
cool.
in the 90s, probably like even before Fallout at all.
And with that, Tom, we have finally gotten out of the Caesar deck.
We got
Holy crap. So this is going to be a long one, but also, like, it's the internet, so it's kind of like if this releases like a week later, it's like it might as well already be old.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try my best to get these out to you guys here very soon. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully. I got like 3 or 4.
Yeah, give this guy his likes and his people. He's working real hard on these videos, working night and day, just grinding.
I am low-key.
I see it. Show this man some love.
I appreciate it. I really do. Listen, if only one of your subscribers comes over and subscribes to me, I'll take it.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, absolutely.
But we have the other option for Commander in the dog meat deck.
Oh, yeah.
Preston Garvey?
Yep. Minuteman.
You take over, bro.
Also,
you got this.
One of the most hated characters in all of
Really?
Yeah.
He's cool.
He's just an annoying Radiant quest giver. That's why no one likes him.
Oh, he just gives quests?
Yeah, Radiant quests specifically, too. So not even, like, in-depth quests. It's just like, go to this town, clear out these bad guys, and come back.
Is that a fishing pole?
No, it's a really cool weapon. It's a laser musket.
Whoa!
Yeah, so it's a musket that shoots lasers.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yeah.
Yo, give me one of those.
It's a very cool weapon. I will give it that. He does have a cool weapon.
Excuse me.
But yeah, legendary creature, human soldier. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a green aura enchantment token named Settlement attached to up to 1 target land you control. It has enchant land, and enchanted land has mana, add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah. So the command tower thing.
Yeah, okay. Whenever Preston Garvey Minuteman attacks, untap each enchanted permanent you control.
Yeah. So that's really good.
Yeah.
So that's like, it's like, oh, let me tap all my lands.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, they're untapped now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is something that you know that I
was about to say, I know that's what you have in your decks a lot.
Yeah, except it's always like pay 10 life or like do something. This is literally
this one
just
you can
attack.
just do it? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's so, This guy's pretty cool.
That does seem really nice.
I like him, yeah.
Really, really nice.
Also, like, the auras is really cool because, like, you can attach an aura to, like, a creature. So now your creatures are untapped and everything.
Okay.
So they can block and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's cool. Like, I like this guy. This guy's sick.
Cool.
I like him better than dog meat.
Damn.
I like dog meat. It's just, like, I wish it was, like... I wish they focused a little bit more on, like, the fetching thing.
Yeah.
Like, not so much, like, the junk... Because it seems like his thing is junk tokens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, like, I liked it when he brought stuff back from the graveyard.
Yeah.
Especially, like auras, equipments, like all that stuff. Like, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But, anyway... Let's move on to Brotherhood Outcast.
Ooh, okay.
2 of any color and a white for a 3/2 human soldier.
I should have made it red.
When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. Return target aura or equipment card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, but they're an outcast. So maybe they're like they're good now. You know what I mean? Like they're outcasted from the red.
Yeah, it depends on how you want to look at it, I guess.
True. Or put a shield counter on target creature. I think this is gonna go in your deck.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's so perfect.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It fits a little too well.
Yeah,
actually,
honestly, I was about to say that's probably gonna be the card.
So I guess for a little bit of context, so Matt and Tom do not own any cards really. Matt owns exactly one card as of right now. Like that is his. Every other card in their decks, which they each have two. Tom, you really only like use one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like.
No,
yeah,
honestly, I like it much better than the other one. The other one isn't like amazing in my opinion. I would love to rework it.
That's also the zombie token ones, right?
No, it's spirits.
Spirits.
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it's like flying guys.
Yeah, creating a bunch of flying guys.
Yes, yeah, just like a bunch of fodder, basically.
Yeah.
But like his new deck, which is also using cards that we've created. It was mostly just like me and Matt sitting down and it's like, okay, what would be cool cards for us that aren't insanely powerful? And really at the end of the day, I just took cards that already existed and I liked. And I was like, okay, this is a simple enough idea or a like cool ability and kind of like mixing it together. I won't really go in depth with them. I feel like that could be a whole other Morning Brew episode and I would love that.
There you go.
But all you really got to know for context is that Tom's commander deck loves shield counters. That is like its whole thing because Tom is a very defensive player and it's something I admire, but it's also something I despise because like you're supposed to attack. You're supposed to like things are gonna die.
Yeah.
You gotta accept that.
Yeah.
But like and he wasn't really attacking.
I'll say I've gotten better with that though.
Yes,
lately,
you have.
haven't I? Yeah.
You have so much. You've gotten a lot more aggressive, which is something I really appreciate. But like shield counters were a way for Tom to attack without any repercussions.
Worrying about
basically.
death.
Yeah, exactly. But like literally after playing this, like I think you've started accepting that like this is gonna happen. But I can do other things to either prevent it or even like capitalize because something died and everything.
Yes.
So I think we made the right call with it and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. But anyway, tell us about Armory Power.
All right, cool. Creature, human knight, trample. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Whenever you cast an aura or equipment spell, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until the end of your next turn.
That's pretty good.
That is very nice.
Yeah, so just like every time you cast an aura or equipment.
And pretty simple enough. He's just a 3 creature.
Yeah, 3/3.
He's a 3/3.
Trample.
So
yeah, you can make him bigger and stuff like with equipment and and all stuff.
Pretty nice, just like useful guy.
No, yeah, a nice, useful little guy. Honestly, like not too big, not too small. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Gunner Conscript.
Yeah.
2/2 for 2, so a bear in Magic memes. That's the joke in the Magic community. Like every time a 2/2 for 2 back in the day were only bear tokens and like creatures. So whenever you say I play a bear, that's kind of what this means. It's a 2/2 for 2.
Isn't there a card? I don't know if it's in my deck or not, but I came across a card that you said was like a meme card because it literally is like. It's like a bear, and it's like for all 2/2s you have, or something like that, like or something like create 2/2 or something.
Oh, it's a new card that came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She like she basically is the 2/2 deck. Basically.
Yeah,
it's cool. I like it.
That is fun.
But this guy's a 2/2 with trample, which is interesting. But I feel like he's gonna get bigger. Gets a +1/+1 for each equipment attached to it.
So there it is.
So there we go. Whenever he dies, if it was enchanted, create a junk token. That's awesome. And if he would die equipped, you also create. So if you put both on him, he makes 2 junk tokens when he dies. That's cool. I like this. This is a cool guy.
Yeah, for sure.
He's very much a utility kind of, because like he does something for being so big, but he also does something for dying with those big things attached. So yeah, interesting, cool. I don't know how much play, but it's very interesting for sure. I like it.
Yeah. Super Mutant Scavenger.
Yeah.
Let's do it. A creature mutant warrior. Trample again. Wow.
Nice.
It's a 5/5 too.
Nice.
When Super Mutant Scavenger enters the battlefield or dies, return up to 1 target or equipment card from your graveyard to your hand. So there you go.
That's
Pretty
2 activations.
useful. Yeah.
Not only is that entering, but that's death as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you get 2 things back hypothetically. Honestly, when he dies, if he has something attached to him when he dies, you can just bring that thing back. That's pretty cool. I like this. Yeah. I like this guy.
That does seem very helpful. Very nice.
This next card, though, is crazy, and I love him. This is a spoiler that I saw the other day.
Okay.
Big Horner Rancher.
Yes.
A 2/5 for 5 with Vigilance. Very nice. A great blocker. Tap him to add any amount of green equal to the greatest power among creatures you control.
Wow.
So if you have 10/10,
yes.
If you tap this guy, you got 10 green mana to play.
Wow.
I love this.
Insane.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you can sacrifice him at any time. You gain life equal to the greatest toughness.
Wow.
So if you sacrifice himself, you're going to gain 5.
Right.
Or if he's your greatest, you know, if you have a 6, then like obviously you gain 6.
Right.
Like that's good.
That's insane.
And you can also do that at any time. You can block with him, and then before damage in response, I sacrifice him, and then you don't take any like damage. Just cancels out at that point.
Right.
So and then you'll just gain life.
Damn, that's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love this card.
No, definitely.
So sick. I think this will get a lot of play.
Okay.
Decks and everything. Like
yeah.
I think a lot of people would play with this.
Okay.
5 mana is a lot, but like we're in green. 5 mana is very easy to get, I feel like, in green, you know, the ramp color.
Right.
I really like it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I like it too. That is crazy. Next is Crimson Caravaneer.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that second.
Yeah. So right now we're just dealing with like a lot of like basic, like not actual characters. But
just like guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, fuck the Crimson Caravan. All my homies hate the Crimson Caravan.
Whoa, bro. Hey, yo, no hate from me specifically, but...
You would if you knew some of the stuff they did.
All right, word. Okay, then fuck you guys, bro.
Creature, human, scout. Double strike and trample. Wow. Whenever whenever Crimson Caravaneer deals combat damage to a player, create a junk token. So there you go.
Okay, so this is definitely the guy that you would equip stuff to, for sure. Just make them super big. Because on its own, a 1/2 with trample would never come into play. Because, like, there is nothing, like, unless you block with a 0, like a wall. But, like, it still probably wouldn't die because, like, walls have big butts. So it's like... Yeah. But like I love the simplicity of this. Excuse me. I love the simplicity. I think it's very nice. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one might also see some play. I think all 3 of these will actually see
They all
play.
have like usefulness, to their own.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not a giant block of text, which I also very much appreciate.
That is very appreciated for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gutsy.
Aw, he's an artifact creature. Hell yeah. I'll take this guy.
Okay.
So Mr. Gutsy, for 2 mana, you get an artifact creature, Robot Soldier. He's a 1/1. Whenever you cast an aura or equipment spell, put a +1/+1 counter on him. That's very nice. Whenever he dies, create X junk tokens, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on him. Okay. So if he's just like really big, that's just
same idea, kinda.
Yeah, no, like again, like a simple idea of just like it knows what it does, and it's gonna do it well if like. You know, if it's big and everything. Right. Yeah, I like it.
Definitely helpful.
I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, Mr. Gutsy's cool.
All right, we got some people now.
Oh, no way! Bro, okay, I'm sorry. Just like Ian the Reckless, first of all, funny name. That's kind of just a reference to the fact. So he's the first companion you can ever recruit in Fallout. So like Fallout 1. Wow. He's the first companion you can recruit. First off, I love this artwork. Because in the actual game, you can't distinguish him from other people wearing leather jackets because they just... Fallout 1 and 2, listen, I love those games, but they have very limited sprites for characters. So even like specific named characters have the same exact sprite as all like the basic NPCs you can find in the game. Which is really annoying because Ian is a fun character, but he looks like every other leather jacket wearing person in the wasteland. So I like that they gave him artwork that looks unique and distinguished. Okay. Secondly, he's called the Reckless because...
Does he do reckless things?
Whenever he fires in combat, the joke is that he accidentally always hits the player.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's got stormtrooper syndrome.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's funny.
So that's just cool. Also very cool that he has a card in general. But anyway. So legendary creature, human warrior. Whenever Ian the Reckless attacks, if it's modified, you may have it deal damage equal to its power to you and any target. Okay. Yeah, I might need...
So modified just means if it's equipped or it has an aura on it or counters. So it's filling one of those 3 criteria.
Okay. It may deal damage equal to its power to you.
Oh, I get it. So basically, whenever he attacks, he'll deal the damage of whatever he attacked. But like on attack, though, you can be like, hey, he's 4 total. I'll take 4 gladly. And you will also take 4.
Oh, okay.
So it's the meme, bro. It's literally he hits you and then he hits the other guy.
That's really funny.
I like that.
That's so funny.
That's so fun.
Absolutely. What a perfect ability for that character. That card.
I feel like this is like a perfect flavor card. Like I think this is like when I mean like flavor. This is it right here. This is the explanation.
That's excellent.
This is cool.
I love that.
Heck yeah. I would like to take this next person.
Yeah, sure, I can do that. All right, so we got Kate the Cage Brawler, a legendary creature human warrior. As long as it's your turn, Kate Cage Brawler has indestructible.
That's very nice.
Yeah. Whenever Kate attacks, you and defending player each draw a card, then discard a card.
Okay.
Put 2 +1/+1 counters on Kate if you discarded the card with the highest mana value amongst those cards,
that's
or
cool.
Tied for the highest.
That's cool. Okay, so it's kind of like a guessing game
amongst you and your opponent.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Or your target opponent.
Right. Yes. Exactly. That's interesting.
That is very interesting.
This is quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it overall. Definitely pretty cool. That's a cool ability.
That is a cool... I don't know, like, what the cage brawling part has to do with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you're kind of just, like, punching each other.
I guess, yeah. I don't really think it has anything to do with Kate in general. Also, the fandom loves Kate. I don't.
Interesting.
I don't dislike her, but, like, I just...
She's just, like, not your favorite.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Definitely one of the weaker companions in Fallout 4, in my opinion.
Okay, so this is a Fallout 4. One. Okay. I thought it was Moira.
Oh, it is Moira. You're right.
Okay.
Moira. I can't say it.
Moira Brown, guide author. So 2 3 for 3, 1 a red and a white for a human citizen. When she enters the battlefield, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Wasteland Survival Guide. With equipped creature gets a +1/+1 for each quest counter among permanents you control, and equip 1. Whenever you attack, put a quest counter on target non-land permanent you control. Okay. So it deals with some of the counters that we've been going over a little bit. Like quest counters are not normally used all that much, but they really seem to be diving into this.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it, honestly.
I like it too, honestly.
It's very interesting.
The fact that, so many cards deal with the quest counters.
And I guess it kind of makes sense because there's a ton of side quests in Fallout.
Absolutely. 100%.
That's part of the game.
And with Moira Brown specifically too. It's cool that works for her. She's basically I cannot speak right now. A tutorial NPC basically.
Okay.
She gives you all quests that are kind of related to tutorial things to teach you about the game. And the reason why is she's writing a Wasteland Survival Guide, and she wants you to do the things for her so that she can
so she's like a Pokemon professor.
Pretty much.
She's hey, I got the Pokedex, but I need you to go fill this out.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Hey, I'm writing this book, so I need you to do these things. Hey, run over and drink a ton of irradiated water so you can get highly irradiated so I can study the effects. And it then teaches the player, this is what happens when you get too much radiation.
Okay, cool. Time to punish the player a little bit for experimenting.
Yeah, well, she'll give you rewards for it too.
That's funny.
Yeah, and you get actually when you do that one specifically, you get a mutation, which is a perk to your character. I forget what it does, but it's something cool.
Take this next guy.
Yeah, Codsworth, the Handy Helper,
Oh.
legendary artifact creature robot. Commanders you control have Ward 2. So what is Ward, Casey?
So Ward is an ability that... I'm going to take a little diss at Wizards here. It's an ability that they love to put on everything now.
Okay.
It used to just be an idea. It's kind of... Remember Shroud and Hexproof? You can't be targeted?
Yes.
This is a mini version of that.
Okay.
So you know how it says Ward 2? That is how much extra you have to pay. So let's say you're targeting a kill spell on your let's say you're targeting my commander. My commander has Ward 2. If the kill spell is 2 mana, you have to pay 4 mana.
Oh,
because you have to get past that shield, Ward shield.
Yeah.
It's cool. I just wish they wouldn't put it on everything. Because now it doesn't feel special.
Yeah.
and it's not special because the camera is freaking shut off. So it's like, oh, wow, that's so annoying. Oh my god. See, even the camera's sick of Ward. Fuck me, man.
I don't know where we lost it, but yeah.
It's okay. It's fine.
Codsworth, the handy helper, has Ward too. Well, commanders you control have Ward too.
So he could be your commander, and then he would have Ward, but you can also just slide this into a deck.
Okay.
And then he's just like that one girl who's in your deck, who's like commanders you control have indestructible and get a +2/+2.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so you can go ahead and diss Wizards of the Coast if you like. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool, and I like that. As someone who doesn't know the history behind Ward or anything like that.
I'm tired of seeing it like on every card.
Yeah.
Like it's cool if it's on like one legendary per set, not like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes less special.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Okay. So tap, add 2 white, spend this mana only to cast aura or an equipment spell.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it. You just get free mana basically to cast things.
And then
that's awesome.
Attack target aura or equipment you control. Attach, sorry. There's my dyslexia
Who's dyslexic
now? Attach target aura or equipment you control to target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery.
So you don't have to pay the equip cost. That's just free.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a free Sword of the Animist, you know? You don't have to pay 4 mana total.
Right.
Just 2.
I gotta say, I like Codsworth a lot, actually.
This guy is sick. I low-key, maybe we put him into your deck, bro. Maybe.
Seems like he can be pretty helpful. I like him.
Because you got a couple auras. You got a few equipments. So, like... But it's really that other ability. Like, just attaching it for free is so nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually.
For sure.
All right. I'll talk a little bit about Veronica.
I love Veronica. One of my favorite characters.
Veronica, Dissident Scribe. 3/3 for 3 with Menace. Whenever she attacks, you may discard a card if you draw a card. I like that.
Nice.
Some little loot action.
Absolutely.
Whenever you discard 1 or more non-land cards for the first time each turn, create a junk token. Okay. Very simple.
Yeah.
Like very much kind of just like you do her thing and you get a junk token because of it. So I'm assuming like she kind of does she like steal stuff? Does she like kind of take?
Sort of. Her main thing. So she's part of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
They're all in a bunker. By the events in New Vegas, the only Brotherhood of Steel that remains are in this tiny bunker, and they're hiding because they're at war with the NCR. And
they're
a lot
losing?
of them, they're losing real badly.
Wow.
So they only send out, in order to survive, they only send out like a very few number of scavengers to go out in the wasteland and collect to bring back for them. Veronica is one of those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Meh.
Yeah.
Meh. This next guy, though, I think you'll enjoy, actually.
All right.
I believe this guy is a very beloved character.
He is. So, am I reading?
No, bro, go
All
for
right,
it.
cool.
Go for it.
So
It's
next
all
up, we got 3-Dog, Galaxy News DJ. Legendary creature, human bard.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that. That's so sick.
Whenever you attack, you may pay 2 and sacrifice an aura attached to 3-Dog. Galaxy News DJ. When you sacrifice an aura this way, for each other attacking creature you control, create a token that's a copy of that aura attached to that creature.
Yo!
Wow. Okay.
That's sick!
Okay.
I love that! So basically, it's just like, hey, I have an aura that says creature gets a +1/+1 and is indestructible. Sacrifice it.
Wow.
On 3-Dog.
Yeah.
By the way, I paid 2 mana. All my other guys have that now.
Dang. Okay.
That's so good.
That does sound really, really good.
I think because he's like everyone who has like a Pip Boy can like, is it Pip Boy or is it Pit?
Pip Boy.
Pip. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes.
So Pip Boy, I'm assuming he's like he's doing a live casting of it. Not like it's a he's a radio.
Yeah, he's broadcasting.
Yeah,
so
thank you. Broadcast. Not Jesus Christ, bro.
You're good.
Oh my god. This coffee is just not doing it apparently. So broadcasting all of his things to people. It's like, and he's spreading the information to a lot. And that's what I feel like he's doing in
Yeah,
his card. Like he's spreading the information of the aura to other people.
Yeah.
And they can use that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's cool.
I like
that's
that too. I think that works for him.
That's super awesome.
Seems pretty advantageous.
Yeah. All right, Duchess, Wayward Tavern Keep. Is this one from Fallout 76?
Yes. How'd you?
Okay, because I've seen you play the game and I've seen you talk to this girl.
You remember? Okay.
Like I've seen this girl.
Yeah, I remember Duchess.
Yeah, I mean also because she's a redhead and like. 4/3 for 4. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a quest counter. Wow. More quest counters.
Yeah.
Pay 1 mana, remove a quest counter from a permanent you control, create a junk token. Okay, cool. So basically, you're just turning in side quests for a reward.
Okay.
That seems to be what it is.
Literally what she's there for in the game.
I like that.
There
That's
you go.
cool.
That's perfect.
Sick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I like this quest counter thing we got going on.
I like it so far, too.
I feel like at the beginning, I was like, I don't know how many of these cards are going to have quest counters. I don't know why we're doing this, but I get it now.
It keeps popping up, so I think it can be very, very helpful,
for sure.
Yeah.
More than energy.
Yeah. So far, at least. I can't remember any other energy cards we've come across.
I mean, like, they're going to be, like, all in, like, the science deck.
Right.
But, like, in Magic, there has only been 2 other sets. So, like, a block is like multiple sets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally 1 block of Magic dealt with energy.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that is not enough. Like, you need to, like, build it up over the years kind of thing.
Okay.
But anyway, this girl.
Yeah, I don't recognize this character, to be honest. Commander Sophia oh, wait. I think she's another 76 character. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her last name because I don't even remember.
Daggery?
Something like that.
Daiquiri? Sophia Daiquiri.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Yeah. Sophia Daiquiri. There we go. Legendary creature, human pilot, has flash. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Crash landing. Oh, wait a minute.
She crash lands?
Oh, she's the one from space. And yeah, she crash lands.
What?
Yeah, she goes into space and she was in like cryogenic sleep for a little bit, so she missed the Great War, and then her ship crashes. Fallout 76.
So is she like a cosmonaut kind of thing?
Yes.
Kind of like, that's cool. That's
76 is a weird game. They have a lot of these stuff. But yeah, whenever Commander Sophia Daiquiri enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target legendary permanent. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That permanent's controller creates a junk token.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
God. Oh, I was just in need of a junk token. Wow, I would much rather have this than my commander. Wow, thank you. Thank you for this game.
There you go.
Wow.
You like your commander? Ha! Have a junk token instead. That's crazy.
And like, the fact that she's mono white has the most, like, if she had blue, she would be too overpowered in my opinion, because blue is the other color that loves to bounce things.
Yeah.
You know how many bounce cards are in your deck.
Yes.
And like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is too good.
Yeah,
we might put it in your deck. God damn it!
I like it. Yeah, I kind of want
to. Oh God! All right, let's move on to Cass. Hand of Vengeance. 4/3 for 4. 2 of any color, red and a white. Vigilance, Human Ranger.
Yo, that artwork is fucked up. That's her caravan that got sacked. All of the people that worked for her in her caravan were killed.
Dude, no wonder she's holding a bottle of whiskey. She's gonna need that.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
She does need it. When you meet her in the game, she's just like drinking at the bar. It's just like, yeah. And she's like been there for weeks. Damn. She's just like dealing with like the loss of her caravan.
I just read like the first line, and this is funny.
Okay.
Whenever Cass or another creature you control dies, if it was enchanted or equipped, return any number of target cards that were attached to it from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to target creature. Then attach any number of equipments that were attached this way onto that. So you do it for both. So you do it for both artifacts and equipments. This is basically just like, yeah, all of my stuff isn't, you're not getting rid of it.
Okay,
basically.
That's very cool, very helpful.
It has to have died. So if it died last turn, and if Cass wasn't there, you can't target those.
Right.
She has to see it. Which is also kind of funny, like she saw all these people die.
That's why I think it's so funny. Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, it fits, because her caravan was killed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
That's hilarious.
That sucks.
That's so funny.
Yeah, Cass is my favorite companion in New Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I love Cass.
That's sick.
Oh, yeah.
They got a cool look for
They
sure.
do, yeah. Cass is awesome. She's one of the best characters.
All right. Then we got...
Breakdown.
Actually, I will take Breakdown. I want you to take the next one, actually, because I think it's funny.
Okay.
So Breakdown. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, create a junk token.
Destroy artifact or enchantment create. Okay.
Yeah, very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple, very easy.
Yeah.
I like it.
Neat. Okay.
Next one.
Cool. All right. Inventory management. Instant. Split second. Again, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. For each aura or equipment you control, you may attach it to a creature you control. Wow.
So just free attach,
Just
basically.
to do it immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Neat. Super neat.
And normally, like, auras aren't something you can't, like, bounce around.
Mm-hmm.
This allows you to bounce around stuff, you know?
Okay.
Like, I also just think this artwork is super funny.
That is really funny artwork. Is she just like choosing which weapon she wants to go with?
Yeah, basically just like, oh, what do I leave behind?
That's awesome.
Because when I first saw this card, it was on my phone.
Uh-huh.
So like obviously like it's a lot smaller than it is right now.
Right.
And you can definitely see that she's thinking. She's like, I thought she was crying.
I thought she was crying at first.
So
too.
like I thought it was hilarious where it's like, oh no, but I like this
Which
one
do
so
I
much.
take? I
But
want
like this
this
is
one.
I've been traveling with this one since I was a baby, but like it's running out of bullets.
That's actually what I thought too when I first saw it too.
like it's
looking at it
so
closer,
funny.
she's definitely just thinking.
No, it's like,
but that is so funny.
That's hilarious.
She's staring at that laser rifle. I
Yeah.
think she should take it. Oh my god, this is a card.
You can do both of these actually. Do both.
Okay. Megaton's Fate. Oh my god, that is so funny. Okay.
Do the right thing or the wrong thing.
That's so good. Okay.
You're gonna have to give me context for this one afterwards.
I will, yeah. So choose one, disarm. This is literally the quest. Destroy target artifact, create 4 treasure tokens.
Like that for sure.
Okay. And then detonate. Megaton's Fate deals 8 damage to each creature. Wow. Each player gets 4 rad guns. Wow.
I like that.
I
I like
mean,
that a lot.
The context is pretty much there already. So basically there's a town in Fallout 3 that has a nuke that didn't go off that's at the center of the town. So what happened is it landed, but it didn't detonate. And it created this crater where all this irradiated water rose. And because it was a source of water, people ended up building a town around it. But when you go to Megaton, everyone like doesn't worry about the bomb anymore. They're like, oh, it's not going to go off. It hasn't gone off for hundreds of years. A dude hires you and is like, yo, this town, it's kind of like blocking my view from my really, really nice like building here. So if you destroy it and if you detonate the bomb, blow it up for me, I'll let you live in my place. So yeah, you have the option to either disarm it forever so that you can save the town, or you can detonate it and kill everyone and blow up the entire town.
Wow.
So that is the context, which you can do with the card, which is pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's insane. Fun
Jesus
fact,
Christ.
Moria Brown, the one we just went over,
Yeah.
she's someone who's in Fallout 3. She's the only character who will survive if you detonate the entire town.
Oh wow.
She
that's
turns
crazy.
into a ghoul.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah,
actually.
it does. But
Damn.
she's like so optimistic, even if you like run into her
excuse
again
me.
after she's a ghoul,
Mhm.
she's just like, oh, okay, I'm a ghoul now. Will be all kinds of fun research now to like research.
Oh.
It's sad, bro. I did it one time in one playthrough, and I felt so bad after I did it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so fucking evil.
Damn.
These people, oh my god. Pip-Boy 3000. All right, here it is. Artifact equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, choose one. Sort inventory. Draw a card, then discard a card. Very nice. That's like what you do on the Pip-Boy.
Mhm.
Pick a perk. Hey, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Nice. And then check map. Untap up to 2 target lands.
That's pretty
Wow, that is very nice.
So it's just whenever this dude attacks.
That's super cool.
I like this. This
That
is very like
super cool.
super unique. Very helpful.
Yeah,
honestly,
definitely.
100%.
That untapping the land seems pretty helpful.
Oh
for sure.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like, because it costs 1 mana, and well, okay, let's just say you casted it using a treasure, and then you use 2 mana to equip it, and then you can just let's say that creature has haste. Boom! Oh, I'm gonna untap 2 2 free mana, basically.
Right.
Like you just gain. Like it's like you did it for free,
Right.
which is nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
no,
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Another bobblehead,
Nice.
agility bobblehead. So 3 mana, tap it, add 1 mana of any color, tap 3, and then use tap 3 mana, then tap this. Up to X target creatures you control gain haste until end of turn, and can't be blocked this turn, except by creatures with haste.
Oh, wow.
Where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. You control as you activate this ability.
I think that's very...
Oh, so you can give more creatures... Okay, so the more bobbleheads you have, the more creatures that will become unblockable.
I think that fits agility very well.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Because, like, no one can block you unless they're, like, on your level kind of thing. Or, like, if they're just as skillful as you. Right. That's cool.
Yeah. Silver Shroud costume?
Yeah, bro, go for it.
All right, cool. Artifact equipment, Flash. Very nice. Yep. When Silver Shroud costume enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gains Shroud until end of turn. It can't be the target of spells or abilities.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait.
So you also can't target it.
Wait, Shroud is already a magic term?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Neat. Yeah. Silver Shroud. That's clever.
Yeah.
Equipped creature can't be blocked.
Cool.
Nice.
So they just can't be blocked outright, but as it enters the battlefield, that creature just gains protection. Yeah. This turn, which is very nice.
That is very nice. I like it too.
Cool.
It fits too. Silver Shroud was like a comic book character in the Fallout universe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's sick, actually. All right, and then we got Junk Jet here. 1 and a red for an equipment. Enters the battlefield, create a junk token. Very nice. 3 mana, sacrifice another artifact. Double equip creature's power until end of turn. And it only has an equip cost of 1.
Wow, okay.
That's really good.
That is very, very good.
For 3 mana and then a artifact, which in this deck is just any junk token.
Yeah.
Like, that's super powerful.
The artwork that it has a gun in the game that just recycles junk and uses junk as ammo.
Yo, cool. That's sick.
So I like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. Wait, you read that last one, right?
You did Junk Jet.
Oh, okay. Well, go for it. No, bro, take it.
Pre-war formal wear. Yeah. Artifact equipment. When pre-war formal wear enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach pre-war formal wear to it.
Nice.
Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance.
Nice. Wow. Very nice.
Very nice. I like card.
It.
Absolutely.
So you're just paying 3 mana to get a creature back, and it's big.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Hell yeah. That's
awesome.
Cool.
All right. Perception Bobblehead. So 3 mana, tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Pay 3 mana and tap it. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of bobbleheads you control. You may cast a spell with mana value 3 or less from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. It's very nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, like, hypothetically, like, if you only had this bobblehead, you're only going to reveal 1 card.
Right.
So, like, the theme that we're definitely getting here is the more bobbleheads you have, the better each of them become.
They have much more use the more you have, for sure. Yeah,
which is awesome. Yeah. I like that.
I do, too. Love this artwork, too, by the way. Just the skeleton behind him.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Vault 21 House Gambit. Ooh, I wonder if this one will have context. So, as this saga enters...
all sagas say that.
Okay, sorry. All right, cool. Discard a card, then draw a card. Nice.
Do that twice. That's very nice. Yeah. I like that.
Reveal up to 5 non-land cards from your hand. For each of those cards that has the same mana value as another card, revealed this way, create a treasure token.
Okay, so it's like you're playing poker.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool. I like it.
Which is pretty cool with Vault 21. The context behind Vault 21 is the experiment was everyone that was entered in the vault were compulsive gamblers. That was the experiment, just to see what would happen.
Cool.
The vault actually ran very well for around 200 years.
Okay.
And then Mr. House went to ask the residents of the vault, because that vault was directly underneath Vegas. Yeah. So he was like, yo, I'm going to reopen Vegas. Yeah. So I need you. I'm going to turn this vault into a hotel. Okay. So you guys got to leave. You guys got to go. Aww. And they didn't want to. So because they were compulsive gamblers, they bet on a game of blackjack over the vaults. And Mr. House won.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So he kicked everyone out and turned it into a hotel.
That's pretty cool.
And that's Vault 21.
That's sick.
Which is why it's a Vault 21 hotel.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. All right. Well, let's check out Idolized here. So for 2 mana, 1 and a white, you get an aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature has whenever this creature attacks alone, it gets a +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of non-land permanents you control.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
That can get big.
Yeah, quick. Absolutely.
Huh. I don't idolize? Like, I don't get it. Do people like have fans in the Fallout universe?
So it's specifically a New Vegas thing. Each community you go to, you have a reputation with. Oh. And idolized is one of the reputations you can get. It's the I think it's the highest you can get.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if people like you very much because you've done a lot to like help them out and stuff.
Yeah, I got you. Hell yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be any other cards like that. Like, I wonder if there's going to be the negative ones, which are yeah, we'll see. Cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Animal Friend. Enchantment Aura. Enchant Creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token.
Hey, let's go.
Put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each aura and equipment attached to this creature other than Animal Friend.
Oh, hell yeah.
Interesting.
So you just get more guys, and then depending, like, if the one you have equipped with this is big, or has other things on him, he'll get bigger.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
That seems pretty helpful.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Him too.
Strong back.
Nice.
Enchant creature. Equip abilities you activate that target enchanted creature cost 3 less to activate.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Aura
spells you cast that target enchanted creature cost 3 less to cast.
Nice.
Holy crap baskets. Enchanted creature gets a +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached.
Oh my god.
So this is just like attach everything to this guy.
That's so cool.
That's awesome. That's sick.
That's great.
All right, that's a really good card.
Yeah, no, I love that.
That's awesome. All right, that's sick.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Acquired Mutation. Love that artwork.
Oh, yeah, that's sick.
Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded.
So goaded means normally you would attach a card with goaded onto an opponent's player or an opponent's creature, because a goaded creature cannot attack you because you casted that card.
Okay.
So it has to be another. So if we're playing with me, you, and Matt, if you cast this onto my creature, that creature can only attack Matt. It can't attack you whatsoever.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Whenever enchanted creature attacks, defending player gets 2 rad counters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So wow. So you're basically just like forcing your other 2 opponents to like hash it out, honestly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
That's sick. All right. Well rested. 1 and a green for an aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature becomes untapped, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Then you gain 2 life and draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Okay, that's fair. That's completely fair. If you were able to untap this multiple times, that could get out of hand.
So it's like
very quickly.
Even if you had something that untaps it, it says you can only do this once per turn, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. You can't like bounce it off and just keep doing that.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. Like normally, like this would really only activate on the untap phase because you untap everything. But you get 2 +1/+1 counters. You get 2 life and you draw an extra.
Yeah, no,
card.
I'd take it.
That's really good. Also, this is an uncommon. This is not a rare. This is a uncommon card.
Okay.
Which I know it's only like in these decks, so like the rarity doesn't really matter. But the fact that is an uncommon is very powerful. Okay. In my mind. Yeah. Like,
I think so too. Yeah, because that means there's like lots of them. Could be lots of them.
Yeah. If this were like released in a set, this would be you would have a 3 out of 15 chance. Okay. To get, because this is, if we're going off of statistics here, and I'm not a strategist. I was gonna say a strategist, but
is that it? Is that what it is?
I don't know. A statistics person.
Yeah, whatever.
A statinist. I don't know.
There's something.
There's something. All right, take it away, bro.
Grim Reaper's Sprint. Enchantment Aura. Morbid. This spell costs 3 less to cast if a creature dies this turn. Oh, very neat.
So it only costs 2 mana.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Okay.
Enchant creature. When Grim Reaper's Sprint enters the battlefield, untap each creature you control. If it's your main phase, there is an additional combat phase. After this phase. Wow. And then enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has haste. Wow.
I like this.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like this card. I like it a lot.
So it seems like you're able to like add the +2/+2 and then have it go into combat again, like a second time.
You have to cast it on your main phase. So before, or at least Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter if you've already attacked or not. But there is an additional combat phase basically.
Right.
So you could do this on your first main phase and just go combat, main phase, or you could go main phase 1, combat, main phase 2, and then another combat.
Okay.
That's really nice.
Yeah, no.
I love extra combat cards. They're so much fun. They're just swing. Just swing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And the fact that it has haste, like the creature you attach it to will be able to attack if they entered this turn.
Yeah, that's super cool too.
And like if you sacrifice a like that, this has so much utility. I love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, Vault 101 birthday party.
Let's go.
Woo, it's a birthday party.
It's your 10th birthday. Look, it's you and your dad.
Oh. I'm assuming that's sad. Create a 1/1 human soldier creature token and a food it's a birthday cake. That's sad. And then the other two are you may put an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. If an equipment was put onto the battlefield this way, you may attach it to a creature you control. That's awesome.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nothing bad happens on the 10th birthday, actually. It's a few years later bad stuff starts to happen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I really want you to read this card because I think this is just a funny card to me.
Almost perfect?
Yeah.
This one here? All right,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Almost perfect. Enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 9-10 and has indestructible.
It's almost perfect.
Almost.
It's so
funny.
close.
That's so funny.
See, like that's like what I'm like. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Also, that little quote it has at the bottom.
Yeah.
An incomplete suit of power armor is still a suit of power armor. So true, because you're never gonna find a perfect suit of power armor. They're almost always all damaged.
Oh, so this fits.
Yeah, you can.
I
mean, you can like repair them, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, everyone that you will find will typically be damaged first. But it's still true that even if it's damaged, like it's a suit of power armor.
Yeah.
It's still really, really powerful and helpful.
Yeah, useful. Mm-hmm. All right, and then I'm assuming this might be the final card for this deck. Actually,
okay.
So Junktown, tap it, add 1 colorless mana, pay 5 mana, 4 of any color in a red. Tap it, sacrifice Junktown, create 3 junk tokens.
Okay.
So you just destroy a town and get some junk.
That's neat. I mean, cool.
Interesting,
yeah,
for sure.
It fits. It works.
And yeah, that is
wow.
Yeah.
Well,
and I guess a little spoiler.
Yeah, I saw the
for
card.
Next time.
What I was hoping would be a card.
Hey,
so,
was that the one card that I asked you? Okay,
yeah,
awesome. That's so awesome.
But
yeah, we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm super excited.
Yeah, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to go over to Tom's channel, Anonymous Tree Frog, on screen in the description. Everywhere, including your mother's closet. Tom's content lives everywhere.
Man, absolutely. We're all over.
It's in your socks, probably. Your crunchy socks.
Oh, yeah.
Billy, you are disgusting.
Fucking crusty socks having ass.
Gross ass hoe.
What is wrong with you?
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a like, a comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, all that kind of stuff. But if you don't want to, I totally understand.
No, you have to do it. You have to do it now. Well, you made it this far into the video, all right?
That's true.
I don't know how long this video is going to be. But if you've made it to the end, just know how much work goes into these videos. So give this man some love.
I appreciate it.
You better be liking that.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments you always give me.
Yeah, bro.
I try to like almost all your
they're
videos.
amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go out and play some Magic and
some Fallout.
Go play some Fallout. Go drink some coffee. Have an amazing rest of your day is what I'm trying to say. And we'll see you guys in the next part of this little Fallout collab we got going on here. And yeah. Peace.
Goodbye.
Hell yeah.
That was awesome, dude. That was so much fun.
We did it.
We made it through 2 decks.
Oh my god.
2 of 4. Let's go. I do apologize if I'm talking way too
No,
much.
dude, I love it.
But it was
so
much fun.